Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
I want to get mixed up with a guy
That's
like
it.
me. I'm a loner, Daddy.
A rebel. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel. The sunrise, the sun is coming up. The moon is going down. The sun is going down and the moon is coming up. Somebody somewhere left with the cup. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm glad that you're alive. As the day brings new groove. Horizontal, we're doing horizontal and vertical, baby doll. Baby doll, we got this. Information for you, darling. Daily ride, side by side. Temptation, feel the vibe. Sky will keep you well supplied. Good morning headlines. Skyjack Morgan. Got your day just fine. Information for you, darling. Hey! Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Hijacked Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. This is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. The Morning Sky Show, The Morning Sky Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. You know, it's been a wild day. It's been a wild night. Yesterday, I went to my book club, and boy, those ladies get crazy, man. Over here in Aliso Viejo, California, the safest city in America. Safest city in Orange County. I don't know. It's got some title, safest. It's very safe. There's no crime here. But, it was fun. We read a book about the beheading of Anne Boleyn, where Anne Boleyn comes back from the dead and kills Henry VIII. It was a fun book. It's called Beheading Game, and it was good times. Good times. Those ladies loved it. They loved it. I thought it was just okay, but we had a good time. And then we went out for drinks afterwards. Me and the old ladies talked about stuff. It was cool, you know. They tell me all about their sons, their daughters. Tell me how great everything's going with them. It's nice. It's good. Nurse Rod, how you doing? Hello, Pixie. Sky, how you guys doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Sky, hello, Sky. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are having a good time, huh? Hey, you been watching the news? The privacy rights are in there. It's kind of a slow news day, which I'm all for. I'm for it, man. Donald Trump must be sick or something. Maybe he's turning a bend, man. Maybe he's got one foot in the grave and the other one foot on the pedal, you know? Oh man, that coffee's hot. Burn my lips. I'm probably gonna get caffeine cancer. I'm probably gonna get cancer from my caffeine addiction. What do you think? Elon Musk had a baby with Lex. Man, Elon Musk has spent so much money trying to look like a real man. He's so rich. Keeps on spending. Liberalism, I guess you missed it. We Cook 1969. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Yeah, man, I ain't a liberal. I don't like liberals. Yeah, liberalism is a mental disorder. Man, liberalism, they keep on wanting to hear out the Nazis one more time. Everybody has a seat at the table. Everybody should be listened to. Why can't you just hear out the Nazis one more time? Huh? Why can't you just hear them out? Why are you so mean to all the Nazis? Don't you know we're liberals? Liberals, I don't like them. They stand in the way of real change. They stand in the way of real change. I don't like them, man. Liberals are always like, yeah, but capitalism can work. Let's try one more time. Yeah, but let's figure out one more time if we can get... Let's listen to the Nazis one more time. After all, they're just another voice. They're just another marginalized voice. Let's listen to Tucker Carlson. Let's hear him out. I mean, he has the right to have opinions, right? He has the right to have a little opinions, doesn't he? He has a right to worship the state. Yes. Americans have lost access to their bank accounts and apparently won't be able to come back. I mean, Americans have lost their bank accounts where? Same people who say liberalism is a mental disorder are the same cucks who go to church and worship liberal Jesus. Jesus wasn't liberal, though, Frankie Berry. Jesus was an anarchist, man. Jesus wasn't liberal. Jesus wasn't like, Caesar's okay. What we have to do is just be super nice about it and really just hear out the Romans. Let's hear them out. No, he was like, I don't like the Romans. I don't like the money. I don't like them sacrificing animals in the temple. I'm going to go to the temple. I'm going to turn over the tables. I'm going to do a lot of property damage. That's what Jesus was about. Jesus was like, I'm going to do a lot of property damage, y'all. It's going to be peaceful. No one's going to get hurt, but I'm going to whip at them. I'm going to turn the table. Listen, y'all, we're doing some property damage today. That's what Jesus was all about. Jesus was like, don't give the state anything. Do not give everything to the state that you don't give to God, but give everything to God. That was what he was saying. He was against the state, and the state killed him for it. Jesus was not a liberal. Jesus was an anarchist, dissident. He was a radical revolutionary, and they killed him for it. And on the day he died, they let another guy named Jesus go, Jesus Barbus. They let him go, and he was a cop killer. They were like, yeah, we like that guy. Let's get him out. Let's let him out because his way is probably the right way. And Jesus is like, man, all I did was a little property damage. Yeah, but you got these big ideas. These big ideas, Jesus. We can't. Now, we need the teat of the Romans. We need to suck on that Roman teat. We love the empire. Jesus didn't like no empires, man. Jesus thought empires were bad news. And he was right. He was right about that part. There's not conjecture about Jesus, man. There's not conjecture about the story. The story is that Jesus was a proto-anarchist dissident and the state killed him. And now the whole religion has been hijacked by state worshipers because that's what they do. Oligarchs are like, oh, you like that idea, huh? We're going to hijack this. We're going to control this. And you're going to forget what Jesus stood for. And you're just going to think that he was a magic mumbo jumbo man from the stars that's going to make your wine into water and your water into wine. And everything's going to be great. Just talk to your magic man. That's all that matters. You hear him all the time. That's all people say. Jesus was magic. And I'll pray for you. But when you're like, Jesus was a anarchist dissident, they're like, does not compute. I can't hear that. He loved the government. Well, that was different back then. Then you hear him like, oh, that was different back then. It was different back then. It was different. The Romans were totally different than the American government. Totally different. Totally different. Hey, let's watch some Fox News. What do you say? You like it? You guys are into that? Cool. Let's watch some Fox News. They got a breaking story. Alert! Fox News!
Surveillance cameras that are monitored by the Seattle police show the brutal assault of an elderly man last month.
It's brutal.
But there are concerns that the city's new progressive leaders may just decide to turn the cameras off if they have their way. Why? Let's ask William Lajeunesse. He has more. Hi, William.
Because they're against surveillance, maybe. Maybe because surveillance is really bad because it gives power to the state to silence us, and that it doesn't actually prevent crime. Surveillance never prevents crime. It's funny, I got into this argument last night with this guy. He's like, well, surveillance prevents crime. And I said, how the fuck does it do that? It doesn't. It's not like Batman's watching the camera and he sees a crime popping off, and they jump out, and they're like, come on, Robin, get to the Batmobile. And they go and stop the crime. No, the way surveillance works is they're watching, some crime is committed, and they're like, so that's what happened. Let's see if we can find those people. That's it. That's how surveillance works. But surveillance, what it really does is that it subdues regular citizens from ever saying something against the government. Criminals are still going to do crime. You can't eliminate crime. They're still going to do it. As long as people ain't got enough money, they're not going to stop committing crimes. If you don't have enough money to feed your kids, crime will be committed. So that's just never going to end in America. People will be like, well, China has lots of surveillance. They have low crime. Well, yeah, but they all eat as well. They're all eating. What the surveillance is for is to keep people from ever saying anything about the government in China. And that ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't no good. Jesus stood for eternal punishment for finite transgressions. Ooh, parallelist. Well, he did say a lot of you're gonna rot in hell stuff, but you're gonna burn in hell. But parallelish, that could all be metaphor, baby. That could all be metaphor. Burn in hell. You're gonna burn in hell. I say that shit. I don't believe in a place called hell. I say burn it. I'll see you in hell. I don't actually believe that there's a hell, you know. Have you ever heard that Aesop Rocky lyric? He says, I'll see you in hell, cashing in on that see you in hell bit. I'll see you in hell, cashing in on that see you in hell bit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, CCP has a stranglehold on its citizens, and yet crime is still committed. What do you know? Could be, huh? Could be. Man, don't you worry about no Jesus, baby. Who cares if he believed in hell or not? That don't matter none. He was a man born in a fucking barn, man. He was born in a manger. He grew up and took on the government, took on the biggest empire in the world. And they killed him for it. And then a bunch of his friends wrote some crazy stories about him and turned him into a superhero. Man, his friends must have loved him if you think about it. Right. I hope when the government kills me, y'all write some great stories about me. Yeah, man, he made YouTube into Twitch. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, Dana, cities in Washington already turned off their license plate readers because of privacy concerns. And now Seattle activists want to shut down the city's $3 million network of surveillance cameras to protect illegal immigrants and transgender residents. Now, police, however, have praised the system for catching this as it happened. Two men attacking a defenseless 77-year-old man. They pummeled a guy.
I love that. This is how surveillance justifies itself. Oh, we gotta watch all the citizens all the time because look what we caught on camera. Look what we caught on camera. But if you have a camera on the police and they're like, don't film the police. Don't you remember Alex Preddy? They shot that man in the face for having a phone on the police, looking at the police. They shot that man in the face for having a phone and videotaping the cops. They get so mad. Why is the state always so mad when we call for transparency? But they want to scare you into thinking that surveillance of the people by the state is completely necessary. Because look, they caught a bunch of rapscallion street urchin children beating up an old man. Oh my God, that would have never happened. We would have never known about that if it weren't for the surveillance state. Thank God. Thank God for the surveillance state, everybody. Like and subscribe.
Who'd just gotten off a bus. The victim suffers a broken arm, shattered kneecap, cuts his forehead, and remains in the hospital even today. Now, those cameras helped capture 29-year-old Somali immigrant Ahmed Osman. Now, first he claimed his sister was a powerful Minnesota politician. Then he name drops Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The mayor. Yeah. That's my last one.
What, criminals are talking shit? Somebody got beat up an old man, they're talking shit to the cops? God, we would never have known if there weren't surveillance. This is not even surveillance, this is body cam footage.
Studies show that cameras help solve crimes, but progressives want them removed for immigrants and transgender residents' privacy. Now, in response, Wilson has suspended.
Immigrants and transgender privacy. This is Fox News for you. How do you not see through this right-wing propaganda? Look at this. The left-wing liberal bastards, they want to get rid of surveillance because they want to protect immigrants and transgendered people's privacy. Blink, 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 blink. Really? Is that what they said? Hold on, let me get some liberals on the phone. Liberals. Yeah, AOC. Why are you against surveillance? Is it because you want to protect the privacy of transgendered people? Oh, it's all Americans? It's all American. Okay, thank you, AOC. I love you too. That hypocrite. I hate AOC. I hate her. But, you know, you got to play nice. You got to play nice. You got to play nice with AOC. She's a perfectly nice lady.
The installation of any new cameras and ordered a civil rights audit. Now, she has criticized the cameras for making people feel vulnerable and suggested turning them off during the World Cup. Some residents have pushed back.
We need these cameras all over the city, not just in my neighborhood, especially with the World Cup coming. I want
Look at that guy. The World Cup's coming. Do I need to tell you why we need cameras? Do I need to explain to you why I need camera on me all the time? Big strong man, big mustache. I'm terrified in Seattle. Oh my goodness, I need a camera on me at all times. Could somebody please? Holy shit, man. This guy definitely. These guys that just want to be on camera all the time. What is with these people? Says the YouTuber. You know, don't forget the crack dealers. Yeah. Oh yeah. We want to protect the crack dealers' privacy and the transgendered immigrants. We want to protect their privacy. That's what it is. It's the liberals' fault, Navia. That's the problem, Navia. There's all these liberals, these Gerstern liberals. These Gerstern liberals. What are we going to do with all these Gerstern liberals wanting to take away our right to be surveilled by the government? It used to be at least conservatives understood the dangers of the surveillance state. And now right-wingers, they have just gone full on Nazi mode, bro. They're full Nazi now. Like, the right wing has always been the boot-licking pro-state. I love you, military. You're the best. Blah, 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 blah. Can I get your nuts, please, Mr. Military? Blah, blah. I love a man in uniform. Blah, 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 blah. But now, it's like they just want us all surveilled like this is East Germany. They're the Stasi, for God's sake. We're living with the Stasi. Stop calling them Nazis. Stop calling them Stasis. What? Hold on. I got a phone call. Mr. President? Oh, right-wing uneducated morons don't know what the Stasi are? And I have to explain that? Okay. You don't know what the Stasi are. Okay, Mr. President, thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you, too. Thank you. God, I hate that guy. He always calls me the worst times. The guy never shuts up. Anyway. Donald Trump says you don't know because you're dumb what a Stasi is, but it stands for like the Staatspolizei, and it was the East German secret police, the Staatspolizei, which you could guess is the state police, and they're basically they'd walk around like big tough guys, but their big thing was spying on East Germans. They'd spy and report back to the Politburo and those report back to the KGB and report back to all the bosses back in Moscow. They keep little tabs on all the people. They would record phone calls. There's even cases where they would live in the rafters of people they thought might be anti-state, and they would literally move in to the apartments above or sometimes into the attics of people in order to listen to their conversations. Crazy shit. Stasi. Yeah, state Polizei, Staatspolizei. So now you know the right wing has gone full on Stasi mode. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you.
Not contracted.
As for the suspects, the man with a limp is being held on a $100,000 bail. Osman, the dog guy, police arrested that night. Prosecutors wanted a $200,000 bail, but he'd already been released.
Does he return? Does he not? If he doesn't, there's a bench warrant. Good luck trying to catch him. This is the cycle.
Good luck trying to catch him because we don't have people to do that. We can't catch people in America. It's impossible. We don't have surveillance state. You know how easy it is to catch people in America? It's not that hard. It's pretty easy. Like, you just People pop up all the time. It's not like America's shut down, unless you're living out there off the grid, unless you're living out there in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of hard to catch you.
That we live
It's kind of easy to catch you.
So that suspect has a court date next week, Dana. If he does not show, police will have to go find him again. Back to you.
William Elijah, thank you.
Oh man, how are we gonna catch these transgendered immigrants? Man, that guy was a transgendered immigrant from Somalia. Oh no, he must have done something real bad. We gotta find that guy. We can't find him. Dang it. Oh man.
There is brand new reporting today on the country's top law enforcement agency pouring time, energy, and resources not into protecting the American people from all of the myriad threats.
Protecting American people. I need the state to protect me. MS Now, please tell me how the state protects me. They're not protecting the American people. I love this, because even MS Now, man, they're full of this propaganda shit. Look what they're doing instead of protecting the American people. You don't need them to protect the American people. Stop doing shit that makes people want to kill you. They'll stop killing you. It's that easy, it's that easy. You don't need people to protect you. It turns out the government doesn't do much when it comes to this type of thing. I mean, if you think about it, if some other country came to take our shit, take everything, we have enough guns. We'd fight them off. Yeah, we might lose a lot of people. That's okay. What are you so afraid of? We'd kill them all. We would still win. You think that Afghanistan could beat America, the greatest military that ever, blah, blah, blah. That Afghanistan could win, but we couldn't win against the Russians or somebody else came in. If somebody came here, the Chinese, the Russians, those scary Cubans, the North Koreans, whatever, if they came here and they started fucking around, we would easily get rid of them. Easily. I mean, even back in the old days, the United States, people who founded this country, and even people like Abraham Lincoln, they're like, if this country's going to fall, it's going to be because Americans do it. Americans will ruin this democracy. It's not going to be some foreign power. And yet we need more surveillance on us. More surveillance on us. We're the problem.
We face here at home and abroad, but instead attacking the free press and pursuing a single journalist who dared to write a deeply unflattering piece of reporting about the director of the FBI. Two people familiar with the matter are telling our colleagues Carol Leonnig and Ken Delanian that the FBI has...
Well, actually, Frankie Berry, they are saying that, saying masks off, cameras on, or else the government won't be funded. They are saying that, Frankie Berry. The Democrats are even saying that. The Democrats are like, we don't like ICE, but could we please just have photo cameras on them? Can we just have cameras on them? That's all they're asking for. It's pretty modest. And they're like, no. Republicans like, no, we only spy on the American people. You can't put body cams on police on the ICE. That's an invasion of their privacy. What? Well, take off their masks. No, that's an invasion of their privacy. But you're literally installing surveillance cameras all over America. Well, that's the privacy of the American people. Right, but you see, we have the right to privacy in America. We have the 4th, 5th, and 14th Amendments. So, yeah, we have the right, but the state does not. The ICE agent does not have the right to privacy. I do, you see. But they don't believe that. They don't like the whole Constitution thing. See you in hell, cashing in on that follow the Constitution thing. Yeah. And they were saying no one wants ICE to wear cameras. Well, the Democrats want them to do it. Yeah. Yeah, can't even have them identify themselves. They won't even identify themselves, bro. It's such an embarrassment.
In a criminal leak investigation into Atlantic magazine reporter Sarah Fitzpatrick. You may remember Fitzpatrick wrote an alarming piece of reporting. The headline was the FBI director's MIA.
What? Democrats paid KKK members and Nazi members? What? They did? Which Democrats did that? Gothic, wicked dragon? What are you talking about? What Democrats you did? Which Democrats did that? Tell me. But I would also say, why did MAGA hire KKK and Nazi members to be in ICE? Why? You're telling me the Democrats are giving money to MAGA? MAGA's getting money from the Democrats? That's so weird.
Okay. For that report, she spoke to...
Oh, yeah. Why don't Nazis protest ICE? How come there's no Nazis protesting ICE? That's weird. Yeah, it's weird. The criminals cover their faces in the Old West, same as ICE. Absolutely. Totally agree, George. George, ICE is a criminal organization. It's a paramilitary branch of our government controlled solely by one man, and it's a disgusting display of tyranny and power and the degradation of our democracy. ICE is the canary in the coal mine. ICE is an example of how our country is falling apart. ICE is the tombstone on our republic. This is it, folks. This is how America, the American century ends. Like this, with Gestapo marching through our streets.
More than 24 sources that reporting detailed Kash Patel's emotional outbursts, his unexplained absences, and excessive drinking to the point that, quote, some of Patel's colleagues at the FBI worry that his personal behavior has become a threat to public safety. Kash Patel sued The Atlantic for publishing that story. Kash Patel claims that the story is defamatory.
Navia, it wasn't just the 60s. It was also FDR. It was World War II, really. Republicans and Democrats kind of switched sides on FDR. And then the 60s happened with the Civil Rights Act, yeah. But really, the parties, they switch brands more than anything. Because like everybody knows, we have a unitard party. Red and blue doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue because they're both right-wing pro-business parties. They're not parties of the people. The Democrats and the Republicans are not parties for the people. They're just Coke and Diet Coke, okay? That's all. They're both right-wing. They both are pro-capitalist, screw the little man parties. They don't give a shit about you. They want to take your money. First of all, they want to take your labor, turn it into money, sell you back the money, take your money, give it back to the corporations so that your labor is diminished, your power is diminished, because the only power you have as a poor person is your labor. So they keep on diminishing the actual force of your labor. They keep diminishing it, and, well, through liquid in order to separate you from the means of production. It's a whole thing. You're never going to be you're never going to own capital unless you inherit it. You're never going to own capital unless you have a rich daddy who already owns capital. So, yeah. So stop calling yourself a capitalist. Red and blue suck. Democrats and Republicans, they suck. It's time for a revolution. People talk about the revolution. Away, you know. We all want to rule the world. You say you want a revolution, well, come on, you gotta cut the billionaires' heads off. Something like that. Something like that. I think that's how the song goes.
Amounts to defamation. The Atlantic is standing by its reporting, even saying that it has received more corroboration about its reporting since the story published. Now the FBI has launched a, quote, so-called insider threat investigation, which is, according to Carol Lenig and Ken Delanian.
George, you're totally right. George, why they all do suck, but Republicans have outright continued to lie, so they are traitors to this nation. Sure, this year you could say Republicans are worse than Democrats. Sure, because the Republicans have been totally hijacked by our Nazi party, the MAGA movement. I mean, sure. Are they worse? Sure. But that's like saying it's worse eating shit than drinking piss. And some people might prefer piss to shit. Some people might prefer to eat shit over drinking piss. But at the end of the day, on the things that matter, like banking, military, War Powers Act, executive power, they're the same. Republicans and Democrats. I saw this ridiculous interview with Stephen Colbert and Barack Obama where he's like, well, what are we going to do about, like, what do you regret doing that made this president possible? He said something like that, like, that other future presidents are going to do because, and he's like, well, we got to rein in a madman in the White House. And it's like, bro, you did the same shit. And now because Barack Obama fancies himself a morally superior person, he killed people. He killed American citizen with a drone overseas extrajudiciously. He killed Osama bin Laden without a trial. He used drone strikes that were completely unethical and probably war crimes. He spied on American citizens. He extended the War Powers Act. He extended the Patriot Act. And you know what? All that shit, FISA, all that shit. Oh, wait, I forgot, too. Also, he built all the concentration camps that Donald Trump is now using extrajudiciously. So Barack Obama's like, yeah, well, I built concentration camps to put kids in cages, but I did it by following the law. That makes a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference that those people got due process, fine. But you still put kids in concentration camps, right, Barack? Right, Barry? Right, Barry? You still put kids in concentration camps. Well, but I was following the law. Makes a difference. Makes a difference. Not in my eyes. You put kids in concentration camps, Barry. And now Donnie's doing the same thing because he can. Because no one gave a shit about the due process. They cared about sticking it to the immigrants, which is why he did it. It's why Barry did it. Barry stuck it to the brown man because he's invested more in the hierarchy than he is in the class struggle or the race struggle. But they're totally different. Blue or nothing. It's so stupid. Anyway, that's the world I'm living in. Republicans and Democrats. And yet every single day someone comes into my chat, they're like, Democrats are bad. Republicans are bad. And it's like, yeah, sure, but they both are, man. And they're not different in the ways that matter. Every single day someone's trying to convince me, yeah, but Sky, if you say nice things about the Democrats, then maybe we can do what? Put bankers in jail? You gonna put the bankers in jail? You think the Democrats are gonna put Elon Musk in jail for killing all those people? You think Democrats are gonna put PG&E in jail for killing all those people? I think so. Are any of them going to push for... Have you ever heard a Democrat say we need to overturn Citizens United and we need to focus on that right now? Have you ever heard any Democrats say that shit? Don't give me this Bernie shit. Bernie's independent. Don't tell me fucking anything. Don't even mention fucking Bernie Sanders.
Highly unusual because it did not stem from a disclosure of classified information and because it is focused on leaks to a reporter. With this investigation, agents can now try to gain access to
Oh my God, Southern Poverty Law Center. Oh my God, dude. All right, Southern Poverty Law Center. Dude, they're under investigation, dumb shit. I'm glad you think you know everything, but their defense is that they were using their money to infiltrate the places that were killing black and brown people. They were using CIs, confidential informants, to infiltrate the KKK. You know who else does that? The FBI. The FBI does that. You know who else does that? Every major police department in America does that. They pay criminal informants to infiltrate criminal enterprises. That's what they do. Confidential informants to infiltrate criminal enterprises. That's what they do. They give money for that. There's a lot of money. Billions of dollars are spent on that. Yes. And they're saying that they were engaged in that. You know who else does it? PETA. PETA will take money and give it to people who work at slaughterhouses so that the slaughterhouse worker will get camera footage of the gross shit that happens there. They'll give money to scientists who are experimenting on animals in order to get footage of what's happening to those animals. And Gothic Wicked Dragon is so gullible and stupid. You must be a Melania coin owned. How much Melania coin do you have, Gothic? You must have a lot. You must own. Did you already liquidate all your assets for Melania coin like me? Because I'm a huge Trump supporter. I believe everything he says, so I bought Melania coin. But people like this guy believe this stupid shit before there's even the trial. But I'm guessing that's probably what's going to happen because their defense kind of makes sense. They're like, yeah, we do. This is why. They didn't say, no, we never do that. They said, yeah, we do give money to those organizations through confidential informants, through infiltration. You know who else does that? McDonald's. McDonald's actually has hired confidential informants and infiltrators to go and work at the ALF and PETA and animal rights organizations. Does that mean that they support PETA? Does that mean McDonald's supports PETA? Oh man. Damn, I don't know. PETA has people working in slaughterhouses. Does that mean PETA supports the slaughterhouse? Damn, you must be real stupid. You must be real dumb. You must be real dumb, sir. How much Melania coin you got? Gothic. I don't want to hear anything more about Southern Poverty Law Center. I don't want to hear any more about SPLC because you don't understand the situation. You don't know any of the facts. And I don't know all the facts. I know the two sides right now, the indictment. I know what the indictment says, and I know what SPLC says. I know that. That's all I know. You only heard what the right wing said because you're an idiot. And you're like, oh, the right wing says this, so I'll believe it. I buy Melania coin. And I've listened to both sides. And I think the prosecution has a case. Seems kind of dodgy. And I think that SPLC has a good defense. Seems pretty legit. Seems like a legitimate defense. I guess we got to have a trial. Hopefully it'll all come out. Because the prosecution seems like they got a good case. And SPLC seems like they got pretty good defense. So, anyway, thanks for playing. Hope that Melania coin will go to the moon, right? You and me, brother. Hodl. The Melania coin, I know it looks like a pump and dump right now, but it's going to the moon. Donald Trump promised it's going to the moon. Huge investment. Put all your money into Melania coin. Thank you, Gothic. You're the best. Keep doing it.
Phone and phone records. They can go through her contacts on social media, and they can run her name through various FBI databases. It is something that is making some staffers at the FBI deeply uncomfortable. One source telling MS Now, quote, they know they are not supposed to do this, but if they don't go forward, they could lose their jobs.
Oh, man. You know what? These guys, the FBI put all this money. They actually paid people to work at the Black Panthers. Man, they literally had FBI agents working at the Black Panthers. Does that mean that the FBI supports the Black Panthers? The FBI has people working at the KKK. Does that mean the FBI supports the KKK? The FBI has people working inside of MS-13. Does that mean the FBI supports MS-13? Man, these are hard concepts to understand for the right wing. I don't know. What do you think? If the FBI has people working for criminal organizations? I don't know. The FBI has infiltrated animal rights organizations. They work for the ALF. FBI has put FBI agents to work at the ALF. Work with the ALF. There's no really at the ALF, but they infiltrate. Does that mean they support the ALF? This is a very difficult concept to understand, isn't it?
You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. This news today, though, tells us, well, a whole lot about the state of the FBI under Kash Patel and what his priorities are. But it also leads to real legal questions about the lawsuit Kash Patel is bringing against The Atlantic. Because, you see, if The Atlantic's reporting is actually defamation, as Patel claims and seems prepared to argue in court, that would mean that Patel has the goods. He can prove it is all false and that it was printed with malice.
Got the goods.
But if that's true, then it cannot also be true that a criminal leak investigation is necessary, the kind normally reserved for the disclosure of classified state secrets, of real information. Those two are in legal contradiction. In the statement, an FBI spokesperson denies that the investigation exists at all. The Atlantic said this in a statement, quote, an FBI criminal leak investigation targeting our reporter would represent an outrageous attack on the free press and the First Amendment itself.
This is outrageous. How would the government attacking the free press? Come on now. The government's never done shit like that. The free press? The free press? How would they ever do such a thing? The federal government hates the free press. Donald Trump is destroying the First Amendment, and we're all going to suffer for it. Please support independent media while it lasts. You could do that through Super Chats, through Cash App, which is Skyjack23, or Skyjack Morgan on Cash App, Skyjack23 on Venmo. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. And this is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. Thank you very much. I know it is, and I'm really excited about it. Thank you. You made it so. You made it that way. You made it that way. It's you. It's you. It's you. Hey, I hope that you're having a good time. I'm sure having a good time. Drop a super chat or become a channel member. Sky City Rebels are the best. We do special afterglow sessions. We have private chats, private streams. We do all sorts of private stuff just for the channel members. So thanks. Thanks for being here, channel members. Sky City Rebels, you know who you are, especially your black belts. You're incredible. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Kash Patel's drunk, and he's suing the federal government. He's sorry, not the federal government. He's suing the press for saying this guy's a drunk piece of shit. He's a drunk who uses your money to get drunk and cavort. That's the right wing for you, man. Right wing for you. That's law and order for you in America. That's law and order, baby.
Republicans in Congress are now calling for $1 billion of taxpayer money for East Wing construction at the White House. This would be security for the new proposed ballroom that the president swore would be funded with all private donations.
He swore, oh my God, I wish that there was a guy on the internet who was saying from day one that this was going to be paid for by the taxpayer. Was it this guy? Yes, it was. It was this guy. Oh, he tore down the East Wing without permission. Oh, what do you know? Oh, how did that happen? I don't know. Oh, we got to build a party palace for the billionaires so Donald Trump can let his hair loose. They got to have a good time, says Lindsey Graham. You got to have a good time and make sure that they got the billionaires got to come to the White House and they got to let their hair down and have a good time. Can't no prying eyes. No prying eyes. Got to have a ballroom now. Gotta do it. Gotta have a ballroom.
Now on social media, the president just wrote that the cost has gone up because the ballroom is now twice the size and of far higher quality than what was originally proposed.
Far higher quality. We were gonna make the ballroom out of balsa wood and chicken wire and a little bit of papier mâché. Papier mâché. We love papier mâché, don't we, folks? We love building buildings out of papier mâché. But now it's made out of gold and ivory from the elephant tusks. We love elephants, but their tusks are so soft and beautiful that their color is just alluring. Ivory and gold, that's what I always say. Never fight uphill, my boys.
CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton is here. Harry, just basic question, like, how popular is the ballroom?
I never thought I'd be discussing ballrooms with John Berman, but here we go. It's the ballroom heard around the world. And, I recall the shot heard around the world, Bobby Thompson, 51. That was popular. This is most certainly not popular. Just take a look here. Okay, privately paid. This is a privately paid. And now, of course, we're talking about potential public funds going through it for the security. Privately paid new White House.
$1 billion of public funds? I thought it was going to cost $250 million from Jeffrey Beesnuts and Mark Zuckertits. What happened to Mark Zuckertits and Jeffrey Beesnuts? What happened to their money?
Ballroom. Look at this in October of 2025.
Wait, that's also our money because all that money is kickbacks from the government. So all the money was our money anyway. Dang it. Oh, you did it again, federal government. You tricked us.
56% opposed to just 28% support. Now, after all of the press that the president and Republicans have been trying to make in terms of making this ballroom popular, you know how much it's moved in terms of popular opinion? It hasn't moved at all. It's just as unpopular now as it was in October. It is 56% opposed, just 28% support. And I will note, Mr. Berman, that I have my little nugget down here, just 18% of independents support it. This ballroom is simply put unpopular.
Unpopular, but maggers will still love it. How many maggers, how many Melania coin owners in the chat? How many Melania coin owners in the chat still support the ballroom? I love it. You guys are my favorite, you fucking ballroom supporters. All you ballroom supporters, you Melania coin owners.
8% doesn't seem very high. Put 28% in perspective.
Yeah, I'm going to put 28% in some perspective to you because to me, as I said at the beginning, I never thought I'd be talking about ballrooms because ballrooms are just not my style. But Americans who support...
Because I'm a straight man and I don't talk about ballrooms and I don't dance to YMCA every day because I'm a straight man. Straight men do not talk about ballrooms and dance to YMCA every day. That's just, I've never met a straight man who did that. I never met a gay man who did that either, but I think if a gay man did it, I'd be like, yeah, it checks out. A straight man talking about ballrooms and dancing to YMCA every day doesn't check out. Just don't check out. No. Donald Trump is America's first gay president. Get used to it. It's already out. It's out, man. My name is Bubba. I'm in the Epstein files. Donald Trump blew me. And it wasn't, I don't know if he was really turned on. He just likes it, He's not like a homosexual. He's not like falling in love with guys. He just likes gay stuff. Like he likes doing bumps of coke off the young men's erect penises in Studio 54. A rumor that's been circulating about him for 30 years. He loved going to big gay orgies with his mentor Roy Cohn. This is something that's been well documented. He was at those big gay orgy parties. He was there. We all know he was there. Nobody knows what he was doing there, though. Why did you? I've never been to a big gay orgy party. I've been to some crazy shit. Never been to a big gay orgy party. Donald Trump has.
or believe in ghosts? That comes in at 39%. How about telepathy? That comes in at 29%. And the new White House ballroom comes in below both of those at 28%. So the bottom line is this. This new White House ballroom is most certainly not popular. More Americans believe in ghosts, and slightly more, though, within the margin of error, believe.
We need more. Look at this guy's face. Look at this guy's face. I fucking love it. Look at this guy on the left. Look at him on the left. Look off camera like, are we doing this now? Yes. Yes, I'm here for it. I love this shit. We need more of this. More Americans believe in ghosts than the ballroom. 11% more Americans they believe in ghosts than like the ballroom. Love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, did Barry go to big gay orgy parties with Roy Cohn, a famously homosexual man who did all sorts of crazy... First of all, he killed Ethel Rosenberg, but then he died of AIDS at Mar-a-Lago? Wait a second. Are you telling me that Roy Cohn, one of the most famously gay dudes, played by Al Pacino in the movie Angels in America, that Roy Cohn was best friends and was the mentor of Donald Trump? And they went to parties with each other all the time, and he convalesced and spent his final days at Mar-a-Lago? But Donald Trump, no, forget about it. Donald Trump doesn't remember that. Donald Trump doesn't remember Roy Cohn. Never wants to talk about him. Never wants to talk about his mentor, Roy Cohn, for some reason. It's weird that he never wants to talk about him. So weird. Maybe Scott Bessent and Donald Trump are together. I don't know. No, I don't think Donald Trump has it in him to love anyone. And gay men are less easy to control than, child brides that mail order Russian brides. Mail order Russian bloc brides are easier to control than American gay men. So that's why he's never come out of the closet.
In telepathy, and I will note that our cameraman right now is laughing like nobody's business.
So this has to do with the idea of priorities. Like, what's important to you? Where do people want to see the president put his attention?
Yeah, okay, so, this is all ridiculous, but how about this? I mean, just take a look. Why is this ballroom such a problem, I think, for the President of the United States in terms of popular opinion? Americans on Trump has the wrong priorities. I mean, how much has he been talking about this ballroom, man? My goodness gracious, we're talking about 67% of Americans who say that Trump has the wrong priority. How about disapprove of him?
The exasperation. How long are we talking about this ballroom, for goodness sake? Oh, why, man? Oh, gas prices. I just saw in San Francisco, gas, the lowest regular unleaded, $7.89, dude. $7.89 for gasoline.
Now on government spending, right? Because now all of a sudden that security is going to be funding this, and this is going to be public funds. Disapprove of him on government spending. We're talking about that same 67%. So the bottom line is this. More people believe in ghosts than believe in this ballroom, and a lot of folks just disagree with Trump on government spending and believe he has the wrong priorities, like this ballroom.
What are the prediction markets saying about whether this thing will even get done this term?
Yeah, okay, so what's the chance that the ballroom is completed before 2030? It's been going down. It's been going down, Mr. Berman. The chance that the ballroom is done before 2030, according to the Calcio prediction market. On March 1, it was 85%, but down it goes. Now it is 29%. So not only is this unpopular, but it might not even...
Okay, let's do an over-under. Oh, we haven't done an over-under in a long time. Who's taking the over? Okay. March 1st. And now they're saying 2030, man. March 1st, 2030? That is so long from now. Done before 2030. Will the ballroom be done before March 2030? And you can take the over or under. Over means before. Oh, should I say before or after? People are so stupid they don't understand what over under means. Okay. After, before. Okay. Will be before. Before or after March 30th, 2030. March 2030. Here we go. Start the show. All you got. Okay, so one is after, two is before. Do you think it will be done after or before March 2030? The ballroom. Let's do it. Come on, put it in the chat. One is after, two is before. I mean, holy shit, man. This is so embarrassing. We can't build a ballroom, man. We can't even get it done. I only put 2 or 3 gallons of gas in my tank now. No shit. Navia, you got to put 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 or 2 in the chat. You got to put 1 or 2 in the chat. Come on, chat. 1 or 2. Just put 1 or 2. Do you think it's going to be under? Will it be done before March 30 or after March 2030? Oh, I think the afters have it, bro. The afters have it. Under, Buck Nasty, you have to put 2. You have to type in just 2. Don't write a word. Just put 1 or 2 in the chat. Don't put under. Just put 2. Buck, you won't be counted. Just put 2. Oh, Chai Pixie thinks that it'll be done before. Wow, Chai Pixie, you're before March 2030? Oh, Navia's taken 2 as well. Navia, why are you voting 3 times? It doesn't go up. Buck Nasty, don't write under. Just write 2. Buck Nasty keeps on writing under 2. Just write 2. I can't explain it to you anymore, Buck Nasty. Thank you. You just write 2. You don't have to write under. Just write 2. God damn it. I like to play. All right. Thank you so much. He must be a magger. He must be a Melania coin owner. Under 1. Don't conform. Don't. You know what? I respect it. Don't conform. There you go. I don't care, man. It's good. It still looks like the afters have it. Most people think that it will be done after March 2030. Under is 2, Antonio. Under 13, I don't know about that one. It looks like 85%, only 59% of people think that it's going to be done before 2030.
Get done, it's double trouble for the President of the United States.
Look, with support for the ballroom at 28%, you're hearing all kinds of Democrats saying they're going to make this an issue in the upcoming midterm elections, the $1 billion that they're now asking over taxpayer money.
It looks like American taxpayers could be footing the bill for President Trump's ballroom. After all, Senate Republicans are now looking to give the Secret Service $1 billion. Yeah, that's billion with
$1 billion. $1 billion for what? My friggin' ballroom. I want a friggin' ballroom for $1 billion.
Dollars for security upgrades for this project. The cash
all I wanted was some frickin' sharks with some frickin' lasers. some frickin' lasers. And a ballroom. How much is the ballroom going to cost, sir? $1 billion. Remember everyone in the 90s would do the Dr. Evil thing? No one does the Dr. Evil thing anymore. $1 billion. Austin Powers, man. What happened to Austin Powers? How come no one does Austin Powers bits anymore?
Inside of a broader immigration reconciliation package, and the GOP is arguing that the public should bankroll some of the costs after last month's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But that's not what Trump has been saying since he started his...
Wait, Darth Quader. What do you mean Donald Trump didn't keep his promises? Remember when it was promised it wouldn't use taxpayer money? What a joke. Yeah, and I said it was already taxpayer money and that it was going to use much more than what they're talking about. And nobody believed me. People called me a crazy liberal. And I'm like, I'm not a liberal. I'm an anarchist. I don't think we should be paying for the state to throw parties at all. The state should not be throwing parties at our expense. But nobody listened to me. They were like, you must love Biden or something. And now look. But do you remember when Donald Trump said that grocery prices were going to go down, that the war in Ukraine was going to be over, and that Palestine was going to be free? Do you remember any of that? That we weren't going to start any wars with Iran? Remember when he said, literally not Iran, that we would never go to war with Iran as long as he was in charge? Remember that shit? Remember when he said he wasn't going to get involved in nation building, regime changes? Remember when he said that shit? Remember when he said the gas prices were going to go down? Remember that? Remember when he said inflation was going to go? Remember? It's almost like he's lying. Remember when he said a Melania coin was going to the moon? To the moon! Buy Melania coin. Everyone buy Melania coin if you believe in Donald Trump. I know, we're so tired, Sky. Because we're so tired. Don't get tired. Don't get tired. Don't get tired, man. Hexeth and the Kamikaze Dolphins. Is that his new band? Man, that's the new band. Yeah, President Reagan. You know how it is. 0 to $1 billion.
It's not going to cost you a penny, trust me. Okay, $1 billion is no big deal. It's no big deal.
It's been a long 24 hours to stop Russia. Wacky Head, he fucking said... Okay. Donald Trump said that not only would the war be over 24 hours, but it would be over 24 hours after the election, not after the inauguration, after he was elected. He said it would be done before he took office.
One phone call. One phone call. Me and Cutie Patootie Pootie. We go way back. We used to piss on prostitutes together, and then we got pissed on. It was very fun. We're Eskimo brothers. We're very, very close. Very tight, very tight. He's all man, that man. I love women, but he's all man. Vladimir Putin, he's got a big schlong like... Well, he's no Arnold Palmer. But he's got a... it's not a problem. I'm going to make one phone call, and the Russians will stop sending North Koreans to die in Ukraine. It'll be great. Everything will be really nice.
Remember that? Do you remember that?
Prized renovation project.
We have no taxes. This is taxpayer free. We have no taxpayer putting up 10 cents. We did this, no charge to the taxpayer whatsoever.
I'm paying for it.
It just goes to show it's so easy to tear down shit without paying the taxpayer. It's so easy to tear down buildings and not charge the taxpayer. It's really hard to build shit, it turns out. It's real easy to tear things down. It takes longer to build them. This is like just the basics of dromology, the study of the speed of the state, the weaponry that the state uses against us to control us. You could build the Colosseum. The Colosseum might take, 100 friggin' years to build or some shit because people moved slower back then or something. It took forever to build that motherfucker. But you could tear that thing down in like 5 minutes flat, man. You could tear the Colosseum down in like 5 minutes. But it's going to take forever to build it. And it's going to cost a lot of money. It's easy to tear shit down. It's hard to build it. Who thought? Who knew? Oh, the Romans, everyone knows? Yes. Okay, look, results of our poll are in. The afters have it. 76% of people think that 80%, oh, it just went up. 80% of people think that it's going to take longer than March 2030 to complete the ballroom. Shit, bro. And only 20% think it'll be done before that. Great. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the Sky City Rebel official poll. We'll submit it to CNN, see what they say.
We're donating a $400 million ballroom. Myself and donors are giving them free of charge for nothing. It's being paid for 100% by me and some friends of mine.
Free of charge. My friends, they're just really nice people. Here's the other thing. Don't trust Donald Trump's friends. They all go to jail. What haven't you learned? All of Donald Trump's friends go to jail. They're all criminals. He's a criminal. All his friends are in jail. Like, I saw this thing where Ice-T was like, I got fewer friends in jail than Donald Trump. Donald Trump has more friends in jail than me because he's a fucking criminal. And I was raised in the hood. Like, it's just hilarious. My friends are paying for it for nothing?
Just out of the kindness of their hearts, they just want to give me a ballroom. They're just really nice.
And you stupid right-wingers, you maggers believed him. Believe this guy? This guy surrounded by gold lame chairs and spray-painted gold appliques. This guy sitting next to Marco Rubio, whom Marco Rubio, this has said was the worst and biggest con man in America's history. That's who you believe? Okay.
My donors, rich people and people are putting up the money. Zero taxpayer dollars.
Brad, what in the bait and switch is this?
Well, what I would tell you is if Democrats had not been willing to fund the Department of Homeland Security, not shut the government down.
Oh, God. Everyone just rolls their eyes. If the Democrats funded Department of Homeland Security, we wouldn't be in the, what?
We would not have this reconciliation vehicle, which can be passed.
Okay.
Senator Thune and Speaker Johnson, we're not planning on doing this. There's going to be no vessel for this to happen. Democrats forced them to do this, and so now the president.
Democrats
I
support Republicans.
do support the ballroom. We need a ballroom. The Obama administration thought we needed a ballroom. We need a ballroom.
Like as recently as
we need a ballroom. Trust me.
Right after the White House Correspondents' Dinner attempted.
Obama wanted a ballroom, so you guys wait. You're for Obama now? No, I hate Obama. So why are you supporting the ballroom then? I hate him. I hate Obama. I hate Barack Obama. Okay, but why are you saying that he wanted the ballroom and that's a justification for Donald Trump to have it? Well, because he was right about a lot of things. Like what else? Well, putting kids in cages and concentration camps. We love that of Barack Obama. We love how Barack Obama spied on American citizens. We love how Barack Obama murdered people extrajudiciously overseas, even American citizens. We love that shit. So you love Barack Obama. No, we hate him! Well, why do you hate him so much? Well, he's black. Oh, okay, great, good.
Shooting. The DOJ ran to court.
It's like do you remember? Does anybody remember when? Tell me in the chat if you remember when Barack Obama was president, and all these fucking Republicans were saying all this shit, and it was like, wait, what do you hate about him? Well, I just don't like him. So do you hate this about him? No, well, I like that. Do you hate this about him? No, I love that about him. So you love all this weird conservative shit that Barack Obama was doing, but you hate him. But I'm not racist, okay, if that's what you're getting at. I'm not racist. So why do you hate Barack Obama? He's basically a Republican. I just don't like him. Do you remember that? And now it's all coming back because every time you say something about Donald Trump, they're like, well, Barack Obama did it. So you like Barack Obama? No, I hate him. Well, I have a problem with Donald Trump doing this. Well, Barack Obama did it. So you like Barack Obama? No, I hate him. I told you. They only hate Barack Obama. It's always been this way. They hate him because he's black. They've always hated him because he's black. They hate him because he's black today. They hate him because he's black yesterday. They hated him because he's black 10 years ago. They've always hated Barack Obama because he's black. Not because of his policies, not because of the shit he did, not because of nothing. It was always about him being black, not because of the gay rights stuff. No. That's why they're always bringing him up about all the great shit he did. Well, we loved that he did that. That's why Donald Trump can do it, because he did it.
And 2 days afterwards, to argue in front of the judge who has put the injunction on the construction about the need to build this ballroom. And in that legal filing that was done last week, Trump's DOJ, that thing read like a Trump tweet. It said over and over, it's going to be free. It's a gift from me to the American people. It's not going to cost anything. So the problem is not the vessel that it's on. The problem is not the shutdown. The problem is that Trump lied and that he said over and over.
Trump? Wait a second. Trump? My president? The one who convinced me? What am I going to do with all this Melania coin? Oh, shit. If Donald Trump's a liar, what about my Melania coin? Does that mean Melania coin's not going to be going to the moon? No. If Donald Trump lied about Iran, he lied about gas prices, he lied about the grocery stores, he lied about inflation, he lied about the ballroom, did he lie about Melania coin? No shit. Oh shit.
At first, it started as a $300 million project that was going to be paid by his cronies, the tech titans, and all the donors.
He did what Obama did, dude. Why is Donald Trump building concentration camps? Well, Obama did it. Why is Donald Trump deporting so many people? Well, Obama deported more people. So you love Obama then? No, we hate him. Okay. So you love what? You love his policies, but you hate Barack Obama. Why? Because he's black. That's always been why. It's always been because he's black. You've always hated him for that. Stop lying to yourself and others.
That want to kowtow to him. Then it got to $400 million. I don't know what the hell happened to that $400 million because I thought it had already been raised. But now they want an additional $1 billion coming from my pocket at a time when Americans can't pay for gas. So therein lies the problem.
Therein lies the problem. Oh, shit. It's making me real nervous about all this money I spent on Melania coin. I sold my house and bought Melania coin because Donald Trump said it'd be worth a bunch of money. Oh, no. I'm starting to think my Trump phones are never coming. Oh, no, I'm afraid my Trump phone is never going to come.
Do not even understand. I really am trying to understand. If you're Republicans, you know you're facing potentially a tsunami come to fall. Just that the history is not in your favor this year. Gas prices are $4.50 across the country. And they decide.
Look, Scott Jennings. I will say this. Scott Jennings has lost like 200 pounds. This man, I don't know if it's he lost it before Ozempic came out, so like you got to give it to Scott Jennings, man. He's like his face like I wish I could do that face like that face like, oh, I'm taking you seriously, but I'm not taking you seriously because you're black. I love that face. I can never do that face. This face that he has. But man, he did lose like 200 pounds. Did you ever see what he looked like when Scott Jennings was fat? Fat Scott Jennings. Oh man. Look at this. It's the same guy. Look at this guy, dude. Oh, come on. Oh, here's a good picture of him. Oh, no. Oh, this is him with the same face. Hold on. Open image and new tab. Hold on. We got this. Don't go away. You're going to love this. Oh, it's a little pixelated, but still. Oh, look at him, bro. He lost all that weight. Look at this. The same dude, Mr. J. Scott Jennings. Look what he used to look like when he was saying that we need to go to Iraq to kill Iraqis. Remember Scott Jennings? When he worked for, I think, George W. Bush at the time, he just was like, we got to kill Iraqis. We love killing brown people. And then when black people talked, he made this face like, I'm taking you seriously, but I'm not taking you seriously because you're black. That's a great face. I can't do that. Is that the face? Am I doing it? Is this the face? I think that's the face, man. Here's the face again. This is him today. So this is him back when he wanted to kill people in Iraq, and here he is wanting to kill people in Iran. Totally different guy, right? Look at him. He looks great. Way to go. Look at him. Kayfabe, dude. He does have a kayfabe face. He's like, I'm gonna take down Rocky Man, Randy Savage. Yeah. Man. This is so good. Wait a second. Oh, Jacksonville, kid. You stupid little sucker. You done stepped on it now, you ignorant wretch. The basketball court wasn't really a basketball court. You see, Barack Obama used his literal own money, his money, not the money of his billionaire friends, not the taxpayer money, but literally money from his own pocket to pay to have the tennis court painted. He did not build a basketball court. He had a tennis court, and he put new lines on the tennis court so that he could play basketball on the tennis court. So now, even, I don't know about today, but for a while, you could play tennis or basketball on the court. That's it. And today you still could, I think, unless Donald Trump fucked it up, which, he probably did. But if Donald Trump didn't fuck it up, still today you would be able to play tennis or basketball on the court. That is not the same thing as a ballroom, you stupid piece of shit. You unbelievable moron. You imbecile. Comparing a $1 billion ballroom to Barack Obama taking money out of his own pocket to paint a fucking tennis court so that he can shoot hoops is not the same thing at all. Not even sort of. One is physical fitness, by the way. Holy shit, man. This is what we're dealing with. My God. Basketball is kind of equivalent to the cement rose garden interrupted. Is it? No, it isn't. The basketball court is not equivalent to ripping up the First Lady Kennedy's, Madam Kennedy, ripping up Jackie Onassis Kennedy's rose garden and putting cement on there. Is not the same either. He did not pour cement. He did not make any construction. He painted an existing structure. That's it. Did not do any of those things, like pour cement, break anything, didn't do any of that. And he didn't use taxpayer money to do it. Barack Obama literally used money from his own pocket. Didn't use his friend's money. None of that. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. I hope you bought Melania coin. Thank you.
This day in March, Cinco de Mayo, what they want to do is announce $1 billion in May. $1 billion for a ballroom?
Well,
that face, man.
If I may serve as the clerk of the
table. I'll read you from the bill. None of the funds made available under this section may be used for non-security elements of the East Wing modernization project. That is direct text from the bill. Now, having worked at
that doesn't matter because it didn't exist before he tore it down. He tore it down without permission, and now he's using $1 billion of our dollars to do security on his ballroom. Fuck him! Have him get shot like the rest of us. All of us gotta live out here in these streets. If I gotta get shot, he should have to get shot. If I gotta go, I can't go to a concert without looking up, making sure, like, am I gonna get shot? Good. I can't go to a concert anymore because this country's so fucked. But Donald Trump wants $1 billion ballroom. This is like Whitey on the moon. A rat done bit my cousin Nell, but Whitey's on the moon. Her legs and arms began to swell, but Whitey's on the moon.
Matters at, it doesn't matter even one scintilla because...
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't. Because, first of all,
but that's
the president said that the project would cost $400 billion and that it would be entirely paid for by private donations. So now, to then come and say...
Oh, my favorite. This is my favorite. I love these guys. These are my favorite crybaby maggers. You fucking crybaby maggers all the time. I'm reporting you. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Somebody said something about my favorite politician. You cry, baby. Can I get some wet floor signs from this magger, please? Can I get some wet floor signs? We got to clean up on aisle 666. We got clean up on aisle 666. Mr. Ormers, I'm reporting you. Oh no. Oh gee whiz. Oh no. I'm putting you on timeout because you are now on timeout. We need some wet floor signs. Oh no. You poor little guy. It literally says anarchist under my name. You guys, but the Democrats though, oh no, the Democrats make me cry.
After the fact, well, there's security upgrades that we need to make, and it's going to cost 2.5 times that amount, in addition to the $400 billion. That is a bait and switch for the American people.
I'm reporting you, though. You bait and switched me.
I think that's a valid argument. On the other hand, having worked at the White House, Van was there as well. You've been there. There are security things at the White House that have to be done. I mean, it is the most secure government building in the world. It is a military base, and you can't just ignore that there are security things that go on above.
We could really ignore that. I mean, stop doing shit that people get mad about. Stop putting your face on my passport. Stop putting your face on my National Parks pass. Stop putting your face on the Department of Justice. Stop putting your face on the Department of Defense. Stop putting your face on my money. Then no one will want to do these things to you, Donnie. Everyone will forget about you, man. Go back to normal. It used to be people didn't get so upset about the president. Now, like, we need more security. Could it be because we hate billionaires? Could that be it? We hate pedophiles? I mean, it's so funny that that guy, Cole Allen, he didn't even say he wanted to hurt the president. He said he wanted to hurt pedophiles and rapists. And everyone's like, he wanted to kill the president. He never said that. He said he wanted to hurt pedophiles and rapists. Why do you guys think, why do all you maggers call him, why did all you guys say that he's a pedophile and a rapist? Why are you guys all saying that Donald Trump's a pedophile and rapist all of a sudden? Why?
And underground, most of us will never see.
The president bulldozed the East Wing, didn't go to Congress to ask,
but now he's going to Congress.
Even once, to approve a plan. Nobody even knows what the plan is because he just changes it every 3 months based on his grandiose ideas.
And the cost keeps going
up. Where's the oversight? Is this $1 billion? This is $1 billion blank check.
I don't know if anybody's driven by there lately. Okay.
I don't know if anybody's driven by there lately, but we tore down the East Wing. Yeah, we all know. We've all seen it on TV. We don't need to drive by to know that.
There's a hole in the ground.
Yes.
We're not going to leave it indefinitely, nor should we leave it. Brad is right.
Leave it indefinitely. Great. The White House used to be this big. There used to be no East Wing, West Wing. Tear down the West Wing, too. Bring it down to this little thing because the president shouldn't have this much power. The president should have much power. The whole point of our American republic is that the power is the Congress. The power is supposed to be in the Congress. That's it. And they get checked by fucking, well, the bicameral legislature by the Senate, but also by the judges and by the president. They get checked. But Congress is the will of the people. They're our representatives. But no, most of these maggers, I guarantee you these maggers like this John guy, I guarantee you this John guy doesn't know who his congressperson is. Who's your congressperson, John? What is the name of your congressperson? Tell me without looking it up. Your representative. Tell me. Tell me who your representative is. Not your senator, your congressperson. The person who actually represents you in Congress in Washington, D.C. MAGers are so dumb that they'll support Donald Trump's ballroom so he and his billionaire pedo chomo friends can all hang out and let their hair down with Lindsey Graham. But you don't know who your congressperson is.
To say we need a ballroom, we need a better facility. A. B. It does need to be secure. C. As much of it as possible needs to be paid for by private donations, just as the president said.
Why?
But to me, I think it's sort of cheap point scoring to say we can't worry about funding to make sure that the White House is secure for the commander-in-chief.
Yes, the commander-in-chief? That's outrageous.
The White House is secure, okay? The White House
is secure, and it was secure before he tore down the East Wing. He tore it down by his own. He just did it. Leave it a smoldering hole in the ground. Turn it into a park. Do more like Christmas decorations or something on it. Make it a museum of the deep state. They were promised that shit. They promised that we'd have a museum of the deep state. Do that.
is secure. What Trump wants to do is over and above that, and that might be fine. But I think there's an argument to be made that instead of after the fact, you bulldoze the thing first and then say, well, we can't leave the hole there.
I want to make that face. I wish I could make the Scott Jennings face. That face that's like, I'm listening intently, but I'm not taking you seriously because you're black. I love that. I don't know how some white people do that face, dude. I wish I learned that, man. I grew up around the wrong people, man. Well, I guess I grew up around multicultural, diverse people. I didn't have many white friends growing up, so I guess like, I didn't learn all these good white people shit, man. I never learned like that real good white people shit. Can you? How many whites in the chat? Hey, whites. Hey, this is just for the whites. Hey, whites, can you do that face? Are you able to do that face? Can you do it? I can't. I that's my best try is this face. I gotta do like a scoff under my breath to do it. That's what I think that's the noise I think he's making right now. Scott Jennings. Do any of you guys know? Can any of you guys do it? I'm doing it pretty good. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you. I'm trying really hard. Like Lindsey Graham, man, I've never really learned how to do it. It's the gay face. That's more you're a gay sex face. That's my gay sex face? Man, why do all these gays keep hitting on me if that's my gay sex face? That's my gay face. Oh, great. I'm doing it good. The racist face. You're a natural. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying to look like, no, because my eyebrows keep going up. I'm trying to be like look how his face is all straight lines. Like this is straight and then this is straight and then this is straight. He looks like an artist drawing the oval on the face before they fill in the details. He's like, that's pretty good. I keep on smiling. It's almost like a John Hamm. I think John Hamm makes that face a lot, right? Man, I grew up around the wrong people to make that face. I wish I did it. I should have done it. I look gay? Brendan, are you TT? Are you trying to get in there, buddy? Look, man, I'm straight, Brendan, but I am flattered. Thank you so much, Brendan. I appreciate it, man. I'm flattered. Thank you for caring and wanting in on that. But no, sorry, buddy. They say everyone's a little gay, but if that's true, I haven't found it in me. I except Brad Pitt in Fight Club, maybe if we had a time machine, maybe, but probably not.
We got to fill it.
But this is how the White House has always been.
That's the way I remind you that right now the Trump administration has been trying to prosecute the Fed chair over cost overruns for the
last time you had a White House.
Yeah, Brendan's definitely hitting on me. All right, everyone knows the ballroom's bullshit except for a bunch of dumb maggers. Yeah, we got it. Great, got it. It's great. We're done with this.
All that and more coming up, but we begin with a U.S. fighter jet firing at an Iranian oil tanker as it enforces the Strait of Hormuz blockade. Madeline Rivera.
Carly Shimkus. Madeline, tell me what's going on. Are we killing people over there? Are we killing people?
Joins us live with all the details. Maddie.
Are we killing little girls over there in Iran? How many little girls have we killed today? Tell me how many little girls we killed today in Iran. Let me know.
Good morning, Todd and Carly. CENTCOM says it saw the tanker heading to an Iranian port in the Gulf of Oman Wednesday. They say American forces...
Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. Double tap the trap screen. Double tap the screen. Yes, y'all. Like massive. Hit that like button. Smash that thumb button. If you ain't smashing that thumb, take that thumb and stick it up your butt. You hit that like button or you are banned right now. Hit the like button or you're banned. Subscribe or you are banned. We're going to ban you. We're going to ban you.
Issued multiple warnings and informed the Iranian-flagged vessel it was in violation of the U.S. blockade. After the crew failed to comply with repeated warnings, U.S. forces disabled the tanker's rudder. So the ship has been stopped. The U.S. military says the incident shows the U.S. blockade on Iranian ships remains in full effect, even as U.S. and Iranian officials continue to work to strike a deal. The president tells...
So it's not a ceasefire then?
Our Brett Baer, he is cautiously optimistic.
Well, it's a ceasefire except we're firing. So how is it a ceasefire if we have a blockade and we're still killing people? Are we killing people over there? Yes, we are killing people over there. So it's not a ceasefire, and it's a ceasefire. Okay, but what about? Do you think? When do you think the war is going to be over? Well, it's not a war. Oh, okay, but we need money for the war. Wait, you just said it wasn't a war. Yeah, I know, but we have a ceasefire. But it's not a ceasefire. It's almost like you can't believe anything these assholes are saying. It's almost like the state is a bunch of lying pieces of shit that only exist by threat of violence. And that's how they run the world.
Some of the key questions, though, include how to get the highly enriched uranium out of Iran and making sure the Strait of Hormuz is completely open.
We're in good shape. And now we're doing well. Now we have to get what we have to get. If we don't do that, we'll have to go a big step further. But with that being said, they want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours, and it's very possible that we'll make a deal.
Axios first reported on the one-page memo the White House sent to Iran to end the war. The memo lays out a 30-day period of negotiations, and during that time, officials would work on a more detailed agreement to open the strait, limit Iran's nuclear program, and lift U.S. sanctions. Iran is reportedly still reviewing the provisions and has not sent a response yet to Pakistan.
I like these, like, Strait of Hormuz restriction to be gradually lifted. Iran commits not to develop nuclear weapon, because that's what this was all about the whole time. Iran to temporarily pause uranium enrichment. Enhance nuclear inspections, possible removal of uranium stockpile. Okay, so that's everything that Barack Obama already did, except for the Hormuz thing, because that wasn't a problem when Barack Obama was president. U.S. to release frozen funds, lift sanctions gradually. 30-day window for nuclear deal negotiations. Okay. We get all the oil. They left out that part. We want all of your oil. They didn't, for some reason, they couldn't really think of a little cute icon for that. They were gonna tell us about the oil on Fox News, but they just couldn't think of a cool icon.
Negotiators. The president tells Brett he's hoping they can.
You know how it is. Like graphics departments, sometimes they're just stumped. They're like, I don't know how we could put that in a cute icon for our octogenarian audience over on Fox News. I mean, maggers can't read, so you got to have an icon, and there's just no icon that shows that, America's taking all the oil from Iran.
And if they don't come to an agreement, the president says the bombing could resume at a higher and more intense level than before. Carly and Todd.
Madeline Rivera, live for us in D.C. Maddie, thank you.
A deal appears to be on the horizon to potentially end the war between the U.S. and Iran. The Wall Street Journal reports the two sides are hammering out a...
Look at that beautiful war machine on the ocean. Wow, look at that. We could sure kill a lot of little girls going to school with all those jets. Look at all those jets. Think of all the little girls we can murder with those jets.
14-point memorandum laying a framework for a month-long...
Did you ever notice that the Autobots were the good guys and the Decepticons were always weapons of war? That the Autobots were always tools of industry, and the Decepticons were always weapons of war. In the cartoon, at least, like the Decepticons, the bad Transformers, were always like jets and guns and tanks and aircraft carriers and destroyers, and then there was the Autobots, and they were like cars and construction machines, bulldozers, that type of stuff. It got complicated when they had dinosaurs and the space shuttle. The space shuttle didn't know whose side he was on. Was he industry and science, or was he a weapon of war? Which side is he on? It's pretty fun stuff. You ever notice that? I wonder why they did that. Why were the Decepticons always military machines? I don't know. I never figured that out.
Period of talks, which could resume next week in Islamabad.
Oh yeah, they were called the Destructicons. The Destructicons, those guys. Were they Decepticons? Were they?
NSC Chief of Staff under President Trump, Alex Gray, joins me now. Alex, good morning to you. So one of the latest messages.
But wait a second. But the Autobots had the music machines. Music machine, that was pretty cool. Cars and music machines.
From the president on this comes from Truth Social. He writes, assuming Iran agrees to give what has been agreed to, which is perhaps a big assumption, the already legendary Epic Fury will be at an end, and the highly effective blockade will allow the...
Would the wood chipper be an Autobot or a Decepticon? Discuss. Would the wood chipper be an Autobot or a Decepticon?
Move straight to be open to all, including Iran. If they don't agree, the bombing starts. So the two sides, Iran and the U.S., are taking another stab at diplomacy, but there's, of course, a lot of daylight between the two right now. What are the chances that something tangible actually crosses the finish line?
Well, Carly, I think we're actually moving in a positive direction for the simple reason that the blockade has been enormously effective. It's actually forced Iran to reorient its supply chains fundamentally.
Yeah, I mean the rodeo clown PFP is so much fun. I love Donald Trump with the rodeo clown. He still has it on I don't know, man. He loves the rodeo clown look. Donald Trump puts a lot of work into his makeup, so I don't know why he just doesn't have a picture of himself with the makeup. But him scowling with the rodeo clown makeup on, it really is classic Trump.
So everything that they brought in through container ships that's normally part of their economy, they've had to find alternative routes over land, by rail, through the Caspian Sea. You can't do that one for one. And so the enormous effect of that on the Iranian economy over the last several weeks is...
Oh, yeah, Soundwave. Who was Jazz? Jazz was Jazz was an Autobot, right? Soundwave. Was Soundwave the one that's like, I talk like this, he lit up when I'm around. Wasn't that Soundwave?
Hard to overstate. And so I think...
I don't remember. I don't really remember. Man, it's been a lot. I don't remember the 80s. Like, I don't remember the cartoon so much. I remember the Autobots. Autobots, roll out. I don't, remember the plot points of fucking... Of Transformers, guys. I just remember it was fun when I was a kid. I had some of the toys. I really liked them when I was a kid. I loved them actually, but I don't remember the cartoons plot points. I remember loving it though.
President now,
and the movie was cool. The original with the rock anthem, that was pretty cool.
Despite the fact that it's incredibly difficult to deal with a regime that's in chaos and free-for-all, I think the president has finally used this blockade to be able to compel the Iranian leadership to come to the table and to actually consider a good faith effort to end this, because they really don't have much choice.
Yeah, and the latest from the Institute for the Study of War says that Iran...
Oh, I do love that when Starscream kicks... What was the main guy? Megatron. He kicks Megatron out the window of the spaceship, and he's like... That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing, Starscream... The eyes have it. And he kicks Megatron out the window, and he's like, fucking love that shit. I love the idea of Starscream just waving at Megatron as his kicks his dying, leaves him to die, kicks him out the window. Love that shit.
Is now not just seeking survival. They actually want some positive outcomes out of this, including sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz and long-term economic relief so that they could build their ballistic missile program. Is there any world where, especially that first one, will happen?
I have a hard time imagining that President Trump, who spent the last decade decrying some of the pieces of the JCPOA deal that Barack Obama did, would ever allow something like that to include giving Iran leverage over the Strait of Hormuz, which we talked about.
Donald Trump would never do that. No, he would never decry something over and over again throughout the years and then do the opposite. I can't imagine that happening. And it literally is happening all the time. He's a liar, and he always goes back on his word. Well, now considering, all of the evidence, I think that we are eventually going to be the most embarrassed superpower ever, and we are going to basically go back to the original nuclear deal we already had with Iran, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of the story. It'll be good times. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you hate capitalism. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you're sick of Donald Trump and the rest. If you're just sick of America being in endless wars, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you're sick. Double tap the screen if you're sick of America's endless wars. If you're exhausted from having friends that had to go to war. If you know anybody who went overseas to kill people, double tap the screen. Do you know what's crazy is that Everyone in America knows somebody who went overseas to murder people. And when you travel other countries, they don't. They don't know anybody who did that. If you go to Mexico, most of them don't know anybody who went to another country to murder anybody. If you go to Germany, most of them don't know anybody who went overseas to murder everybody. If you go to Finland or England or Italy or Ireland or France or China, none of them know guys that went to other countries to murder people. Except for the Russians, maybe. They might have us, you know. A lot of them they just know people who died overseas, really, because Russians just send people to go die. They just have more people go die in the Ukraine. Let's keep on sending people until we run out of people. They don't really know people who came back. But I know lots of guys that have been through war and are now home, and they killed people. And we're like, I don't know why America has so much mental illness. Could it be that since World War II, a bunch of people with untreated trauma came home and raised children, and that the boys of this world are raised by men who have trauma, just have PTSD? Could it be that we're all raised by men who have PTSD? Could it be? My grandfather, whose father died, my great-grandfather died when my grandfather was 19. My grandfather went to World War II to kill Nazis, came back, raised my dad. You think my dad was raised all right? You think my dad was a normal guy? You think that maybe there might be something else going on in America? Maybe it has something to do with the fact that we keep on sending young boys to go kill people overseas, and then we bring them here, and we're like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Now go have some babies. Raise those boys right. You think think that might be it? That we're all just suffering from PTSD, generational trauma? You think that might be it? Don't get me started with slavery, but I mean, like, just the fact that we keep on having meaningless wars overseas that go on forever and accomplish nothing. Could that be something that is fucking us up? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
The first state to limit corporate influence in elections. A Senate bill is headed to final vote at the Capitol this week. Supporters say it could reshape how campaigns are funded, but critics warn it could face major legal challenges. Nikki Shenfield reports.
For 16 years, the U.S. Supreme Court's Citizens United decision has allowed corporations and...
Look at Germans. They came out fine. Well, see, Germans, most of them, like just a lot of them were dead. Just tons of Germans were just dead. They lost the war, and they didn't start a bunch of more wars. And so after one generation of fucked up people, now they're like peace loving and shit, man. I don't know. Like they're trying out better stuff, better ideas, because they just don't keep getting into wars. Japan's the same way. A lot of them died. They had generational trauma. It was horrible in Japan. The people were raised really sadly. It was really sad times post-war Japan. But, you know, they didn't go and get into another war and another war and another war and another war so that they have this perpetual generational trauma. We just keep refreshing it so that we never heal. We never heal. We're unable to build real culture in America. When America is over, our culture will be forgotten. It will be forgotten because we've never come to terms with our own history. You can't have a culture if you're constantly running from your own history. When you never pause to reflect on the things that you've done, then you will not ever have a culture. What you have is mythology. That's what we have in America. We have we mythologize the military, we mythologize our history. So we never ever build a culture. So what we do have of the culture will be forgotten. It'll be or just co-opted, like jazz music and comic books might be co-opted by some other culture, but really rock and roll pretty much belongs to the English at this point. But our culture, what we have, which is paltry, but even the stuff that we have, it's going to be co-opted or forgotten. Like that. It'll be sad.
organizations to spend unlimited money on political campaigns. Hawaii lawmakers are trying to challenge that by redefining what corporations are allowed to do. Senate Bill 2471 would classify corporations as artificial persons created by the state and make clear that they do not have the power to spend money to influence elections.
So what the Citizens United case said was that corporations get the same rights that people do, which doesn't make sense. If corporations are creations of state law, then they shouldn't get the same human rights that are protected in the Constitution. If this passes, it will be the first piece of legislation like this in the country.
Dude, leave it to Hawaii, man. Island cultures for the win. We're taking on Citizens United in Hawaii. Do you think they can win? Imagine Citizens United going away. Overturning Citizens United can change the fucking course of history. Change the course of history if this works.
And I'm really proud that Hawaii's position.
This is the biggest story in the news today, and I had to dig. This is a local news station in Hawaii reporting it. Is this on CNN? No. Why? Because billionaires run CNN. Is this on HBO? No. Is it on Fox? No. No one wants to talk about Citizens United.
And to lead the way on overturning this really bad decision that has corrupted our democracy for the last 16 years.
Individuals like you can give a certain amount of money to a campaign, but there is a limit on how much and how often you can give.
For corporations, because they represent so many people, they are able to give far much more money than one person can.
Advocates say the goal is to crack down on what they call dark money.
Where it seems like when one person opposes one group's interests, they are forced out. And money, significant amount of money is thrown to people who support that group's interests, and then they are put in positions of power.
But opponents, including the state attorney general's office, warn that the bill may violate the Constitution and argue that Citizens United is still the law of the land and political spending is protected speech.
There's always some concern about the new, right? But the fact is, for the last 16 years, our system has been corrupted by unlimited spending by corporations who are given tremendous benefits under Hawaii state law for taking corporate form. And it's time for us to redefine that.
At least a dozen other states have introduced similar legislation.
What do you think, people? Huh? A lot of states are saying we're going to stop this shit. No more corporate money in politics. Will the federal government finally get this? It needs to go to the Supreme Court in order for it to really work, but it could work, man. It could work.
If it passes final vote next week, it heads to Governor Green's desk. If signed into law, the measure would take effect in 2027. Nikki Schenfeld, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
What do you think about the Dems making excuses for this guy?
The thing is, like, if we could actually get Citizens United overturned, game changer. Corporations are not people. They do not have the freedom of speech. They're not protected by the First Amendment. It's fucking insane that we allow corporations to give money to politicians. Right now, and by the way, Mussolini said that the word fascism that he invented, that it shouldn't have been called fascism. He should have called it corporatism, because at its core, fascism is cooperation between corporations and the state. When the goals of the state and the goals of the corporate world become indiscernible from one another, so that you aren't just regulating corporations and corporations aren't trying to serve the people. If they're not both trying to serve the people, then instead they're serving each other, that's fascism. According to Mussolini, the guy who invented modern fascism, the guy who invented like our concept of fascism. And yet our government has protected the freedom of speech of corporations over the freedom of speech of human beings. Our citizens don't have freedom of speech. We don't have it. Never forget, Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested 30 times for talking, for criticizing the government. He's the one that everyone's like, oh, well, he was nonviolent and everyone loves the way he did it. He got arrested 30 times. The FBI called him the most dangerous Negro in America. They did eventually kill him, but they tried to get him to kill himself through psyops. Is that freedom of speech? When you criticize the government and they try to kill you and eventually do kill you? Is that freedom of speech? They're not doing that to CEOs. No one's sending, the FBI isn't sending letters to Elon Musk trying to get him to kill himself. That doesn't happen for some reason. Corporations have freedom of speech, but Americans don't.
Well, it's what is that thing they always say? If they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards whatsoever. Right. And that's like case in point with Plattner, which I kind of want him to win because Plattner, it's the most Jerry Lewis of names. Senator Plattner, whoa, with the Nazi skull and cross, whoa, with the Plattner in the voting. This guy is
Not
all
bad.
style and no substance. Like he bragged, I was in the Marine Corps. Well, you were so good at killing people. That's why you got the Nazi tattoo. Were you special forces? No, he was regular Marine Corps. And then he's like, I'm an oyster farmer. I'm an oyster farmer. Like it takes a lot of brains to do that. I looked it up. You know, you farm oysters. You throw oysters in the ocean. Then you come back a couple years later and you pick them up.
Wow.
There's like no planning involved. You don't have to check them or have any
Wow.
advanced knowledge. So he's just a freaking goofball with a tattoo, which he since replaced. And you know what they say, Greg? The cover-up is always worse than
the crime
and the Nazi tattoo.
That is so true. Well put. Well.
I do like the Jerry Lewis impersonation. That was a pretty good Jerry Lewis impersonation. And I don't like this oyster farmer so much. But that's weird that on Gutfeld they're talking shit on Marines and the working man. I thought you guys liked working man and Marines. Jesus. Now you hate Marines and the working man? God damn. I thought you guys liked that. Like, I hate oyster farmers. And I thought that was a little rough. Like, oh, you just throw oysters into the ocean? That's not how that works. It's actually a major fucking operation. They got machines and farming equipment and planning and all the rest. They do. Well, you don't have to plan. You just throw them in there and you come back later and you pick up the oysters. I looked it up. Oh, you did you? Oh, okay. I thought you guys liked Nazis. I mean, Pete Hegseth has Nazi tattoos. Oh, well, it's a little different. No, he's got white nationalist tattoos. He's a Nazi. Pete Hegseth, total fucking Nazi. Well, it's different. And he also never served. He was in like Secret Service and wasn't allowed to serve because of his Nazi tattoos. Literally was taken off the detail to protect the president because of his Nazi tattoos. Because he was labeled an extremist while in the Secret Service, Pete Hegseth. But this guy over in Maine, oyster farmer, typical Mainer, has a Nazi tattoo that he had covered up because he got it while he was drunk when he was in the Marines. I mean, that story kind of checks out. And at least he got it covered up. But yeah, I mean, I don't like guys with Nazi tattoos. Sorry.
But Heather, you know he went to a $75,000 a year prep school. His family is quite prominent. So this is
what? You hate the working man. You hate prep schools now too? You know that Donald Trump went to Wharton, right? Donald Trump went to prep schools. He's never had a driver's license. Donald Trump has never had a driver's license, people, because he's always had somebody else drive him around.
It shows you that the Democrats are looking at superficial things, and they're willing to overlook like other things, like the fact that he's an elite prep school kid who has a Nazi symbol.
Yeah, I mean, there's a total rejection.
Do you know who the president is? What? The president is an elite prep school kid.
By the Democrats to embrace moderates. Obviously, this is embracing extremism. And there's maybe an internal civil war going on right now between Schumer, who backed Mills, and you have Bernie Sanders saying that he backs Plattner. And so they're in total disarray, rightfully so, maybe because the anger was sparked in 2016, 2024 when Trump won. Biden, really, when he dropped out, they didn't get to replace with a nominee. It was Harris by default. So they're really angry and upset, thinking someone like this, an outsider, will save the day. So you're left with Collins and Plattner. And to me, as a voter, I think, oh, it's stability versus chaos. It's experience versus activism. Or it's common sense versus ideological extremism. And I hope voters will make the right decision here.
Yeah, you know, Kat, you had a few rough days in your past.
Yeah.
Did that ever lead you to praising Hamas or getting a Nazi tattoo?
So far, not at all.
But you all praise Nazis every day. All of you love Stephen Miller and are talking about how Donald Trump is the great. Gutfeld did my favorite bit where he says, God, we love Donald Trump. We don't deserve him. I'll play it in a second.
I don't think you have to clap for that. Look, I would like to say to Democrats, this is why many of us, myself included, if not especially, major theme in my first book, right, have been saying that intention matters. Intention makes a difference. That's what many of us said over and over again. Remember that whole thing, you alluded to it, Elon Musk is a Nazi because the way he moved his hand, so on and so forth, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Elon Musk is a Nazi, the way he moved his hand. Yeah, you know, if you do the Nazi salute, people call you a Nazi. Is that new for anybody? Is that new for anybody? If you call someone a Nazi, if they do the Nazi salute or have a Nazi tattoo. This is funny thing. You're against people calling him a Nazi because his father was a Nazi, his grandfather was a Nazi, he's a Nazi, he does the Nazi salute, Elon Musk. They're all Nazis. I mean, literally in South Africa, for years after the war, there is a town there that has a big party, and they still have the party, but it's less Nazi-ist, but it's on Hitler's birthday. They do this big April 20th thing on Hitler's birthday in South Africa because they're Nazis. There's still a lot of Nazis down there. And Elon Musk is one of them, and he does the little salute, and he supports Nazi in Germany, and like he's a Nazi. But you're okay with saying that this guy Plattner, who had a Nazi tattoo that he got when he was drunk in the Marines, that and has it subsequently covered, that he's a Nazi, he's an extremist. Weird.
And it was, nobody thought intention mattered. I didn't know that was a Nazi symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I fully believe that he probably didn't know, or he would have wore a shirt at least some of the time. He's more shirtless than most people that I've seen ever. Right? We would not have known.
Like Geraldo Rivera shirtless. Yeah.
We would not have known if he just would apply to the normal social standard of wearing a shirt. But I haven't really heard from Democrats. Oh, okay, he didn't know, that wasn't his intention, and now I'm going to take a look at the time that I didn't give other people the benefit of the doubt when it came to intention. Because of course, of course, there's a difference between accidentally did something that could be construed as versus did something because they're a Nazi. But that is what so many of us have been saying for. Are we over 10 years now? I think we're over 10 years now with this.
Yeah, they created the criteria for judgment.
And now they're acting like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and
I don't know, man. I don't know how Democrats. Hey, do we have any Democrats in the House that think that this guy probably isn't a great idea? That Plattner, like, I don't know. I think Plattner, it's disqualifying. The guy's got a Nazi tattoo. All right, fuck him. I don't know. Plus, he's a Democrat. Fuck him. I don't like Democrats either. He's a Democrat. Don't like Democrats. He's got a Nazi tattoo. 2 strikes, you're out. Sorry. I don't like Democrats or Nazis. You got a Nazi tattoo. Sorry, buddy. It sucks, but you're out. We got to get a different person in here. Oh, and you're an oyster farmer. I don't like animal exploitation. 3 strikes, you're out. Animal exploiter, Nazi tattoo, Democrat. Get out of here. Don't like any of you guys. And yet they're like, oh, these leftists. You got that tattoo? You do, video gamer? You got that tattoo of the Totenkopf? You have that? Let's see what they're saying. The Totenkopf symbol. Totenkopf, not Tottenham. Totenkopf. Totenkopf. They don't. My Google doesn't speak German. Totenkopf symbol. Yes, the Totenkopf symbol. Let's see if I can get it real fast. Here it is. Here it is on the little Nazi hat. Hold on a second. Let's share this tab. Like, this is the symbol. This is the symbol that they're talking about. It's a famous Nazi symbol. There it is on the hat. There's the SS hat right here, right? Or I think that, I don't know if that's I don't know which hat that is, but it's a famous symbol. The Germans use it. There's the Panzer Division Totenkopf. This is the tank division, the SS tank division. Here, they use it all the time. There's the back. Yeah, you see this guy? You see this? They've got a very specific style. Then they got a bunch of other ones, but it's this one that's like very much the Nazi one. This guy right here. Yeah, this one. And I could tell, like, you might see that at a tattoo shop, though, and not know, and you're drunk and a Marine and you get it, you know. That might happen. Like, maybe you see this and you're like, that's close, but that's not quite the one. But this one that's like this one's definitely a Nazi. This is like this guy's got it on his arm. He needs to get it covered up. People are trying to get it covered up. They didn't know it was a Nazi symbol. It's a whole thing. But see, like this one I wouldn't think is a Nazi symbol, but this one, dude, this one is definitely a Nazi symbol, homie. This one right here. That's a Nazi symbol. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie. And if you have this as a tattoo, and there's pictures of you with this tattoo, sorry, that's politics, man. That's politics. You don't get to have this tattoo and become a congressperson or whatever the fuck he's running for. That's it. It ain't that hard. Video gamer, you got that tattooed on you? You have that tattoo? This is the tattoo you have? Oh, you poor bastard. Are you a Nazi? Better get that shit covered. Better get that shit covered, man. He owns his mistake openly, regrets it. Hegseth flaunts his. We Dems can accept that people aren't perfect, but we despise when others feel the same way, or at least I don't. I know that's an interesting take. You know what, Mike? If this were normal human times, maybe I'd even agree with you. But it isn't. These are politicians. I'm sorry. It used to be a politician picks his nose on camera and be like, fuck this guy. Or what about the guy? He had electroshock therapy when he went in for depression, and they're like, nah, I can't be president. Can't be vice president. Or what about, the guy, Gary Hart had a picture of a woman on his lap. They're like, nope, can't be president. Sorry, Gary Hart. Nope. We used to have higher standards. And now we're like, let's give him a benefit of the doubt on this Nazi tattoo thing. Fuck that. And fuck P. Hegseth. P. Hegseth has a Nazi tattoo. I'm sorry. Like, hey, maybe this guy's a good guy, Platner, but I don't care. I don't care. He's got a Nazi tattoo. Oh, he had it covered up. I don't care. I'm not saying we should take away his, like put him in jail, but maybe he shouldn't be leading anybody, okay? Sorry, man. You got this tattooed on you. Sucks. You shouldn't have taken so many pictures, man. It does suck. It sucks. But like, you're not Donald Trump. If you're like Donald Trump said that disgusting thing to that 9-year-old. Oh, she's a cutie. I'd be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? My little daughter, she's got the legs just like Marla, my wife, but we don't know if she's got the tits yet. He said that about his little infant child. His own infant child said that his daughter, his infant child, had legs like his wife, but he doesn't know. We don't know if she's got the tits yet. He shouldn't be president. That should be a deal breaker. But hey, but whatever. This is it. This is America. This is America.
Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz. Good to see you both. Greg, start with you on the legal side. That ICA change. Remember, career senior intelligence officials determined there was no Russian interference. Barack Obama had a meeting in his office, if I recall, in December of 2016, and he demanded they change that accurate assessment, correct?
Yeah, look it up. Look. Do you want me to bring it up? Donald Trump said that his daughter's leg. Shit, I'll fucking look it up. Donald Trump talking about his daughter, comparing her to Marla and her legs and breasts. Let's see if my Google search comes up with a video. Donald Trump regarding his daughter Tiffany Trump, not Ivanka, in 1994 interview when Tiffany was an infant. Marla made lifestyles of the rich and famous Robin Leach. Trump discussed a 1-year-old daughter Tiffany. Here, great. Let's see if I can find that in a video. Oh, we got it. We got lots of versions. Gross things Donald Trump has said about his daughters. Oh, this one's good. Let's do that. How many times? Let's see if I can just get this up here. Let's do this. Here we go. Let's see if Donald Trump's what he said about his infant daughter.
It would be really disappointing. Not really. But it would depend on what was inside the magazine. I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka...
He's talking about her posing for a pornographic magazine and what a nice figure she has. His own daughter.
If she weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
If she weren't my daughter, I'd be dating her. Yeah, gross. Yeah, it's fucking gross. This used to be a deal breaker. It used to be if somebody said something like this, you'd want to vomit. I still want to vomit. This guy's president. This guy's the president of the United States of America.
Oh, it's so weird.
She really is something, and what a beauty that one if I weren't happily married and, her father.
On the Rolling Stone.
I have never been so grateful for an ellipsis in my life.
You know who's one of the great beauties of the world, according to everybody, and I helped create her? Who? Ivanka. My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body. She's hot.
Oh, here's when Tiffany was an infant. This is the one I was looking for. I'm glad they included this. I mean, everyone knows he wants to fuck Ivanka. Everyone knows that already. Buy Ivanka coin. Is there an Ivanka coin yet? No, buy Melania coin. Buy Melania coin because you could believe everything this man says. It's going to the moon. Let's hear what he said about Tiffany, shall we?
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
My infant Tiffany has Marla's legs, but we don't know if she's got this part yet, but time will tell. Any guy who does this, talking about his infant daughter, actually, about any woman, actually, she's really got this part. We don't know if she's got this, yeah. Are you fucking 14? Are you 12? I can't remember the last time that I did this, like, yeah. Maybe, like, when I was fucking 13 years old. This guy, that's your guy. All you maggers love this guy. That's who you think should be president of the United States. This is the guy you trust. Buy Melania coin. You trust this guy. Buy Melania coin. It is the most important financial tool for the future prosperity of this great nation. Melania coin will make America great again. I know it seems like a rug pull. I know it seems like a pump and dump. But trust me, it's not. Donald Trump says so. Well, let's hear it again, though. I want to see it. She's got Marla's legs.
Legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
Do you see the wife? She's like, do you see the cut? But she's like, ha ha ha. God, can you imagine? Did they grow in, though? Tiffany, I don't know. Look her up. Look up Tiffany. I'm not going to show you pictures of Tiffany Trump. Tiffany Trump hates him, by the way. I wonder why. Why do you think Tiffany hates him? Why would Tiffany? I don't know. Why does Tiffany hate him so much? Can't imagine.
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't.
They asked, what do you have in common with your daughter? His daughter said golf. And he said sex. What? His daughter said, the thing I have in common with my father is golf. And he said, the thing I have in common with my daughter is sex. Why do people keep trying to kill this guy? I can't imagine why anybody would want to shoot him. I don't know why. A crazy person might be moved. I mean, shit. If you're a normal person, you would look at this and want to vomit. At the very least, you'd vomit. You want to spit him out like a bad seed. Every time I see this guy, I want to fucking vomit. And yet, you guys are out there buying his fucking shoes, buying his phones. Making him president. I love this guy. He's so good. He's so good. He said he and his daughter, what they got in common is sex. How come MAGA isn't talking about this more? How come the MAGers, I thought you guys loved your kids. You guys don't love your kids? They call him a Christian. They call him a Christian. Yet he says things about his daughter that most dads would beat the shit out of a guy for saying about theirs. Yes. Yes. Or about anybody. If someone said that about my girlfriend or my sister or my coworker, I've had men, I've gotten in fist fights over men talking this way about coworkers. And this guy's talking this way about his own daughter. I mean, holy shit. So sickening.
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
I can't relate that to her. All these women, all his family members, they're like, ha 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 ha. Look at her. Look at her face. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. My favorite though is when he's talking about the infant's breast. That's my favorite. When he's talking about Tiffany's breast as an infant.
He would be incredible for women in this country. And
but if a very nice figure is the highest compliment he can give his own daughter, how could that be good for women in this country? Gross, yes, gross, indeed. Gross. But wait, hold on. My favorite is this one. Let's just play this one more time. This is my favorite one, is Donald Trump saying this about his infant fucking daughter with Robin Leach. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. Robin Leach. He should have been shot in the street. Robin Leach should have been shot in the street.
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
There you go.
Well, I was going to say sex, but
That's perfect. Perfect. God bless America. God bless America. Yeah, there you go. Her neck is so long. She's pretty neck and all. Yeah, great. I hope you have a daughter that you could say the same thing about. Yeah, she's super used to it. You kind of feels bad for her. I kind of sort of would feel bad for her too, but she's complicit in the crime. So, you know. Daddy takes her cherry hood. Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? Esmeralda thinks he's great. Barf, man. Esmeralda, I hope you get the help that you need. You need to get some help. What did your dad do to you? Did your dad talk to you? Does your daddy talk about you like that? Your dad talk about you like that? Talk about your sex parts? Does your dad talk about your sex parts? In public? Not even on national television. Does your dad talk about your sex parts? I want to know, anybody here, if your dad talks about your sex parts in public. Please, I want to know that. Anybody in the chat want to lay it out on the line right now? Does your dad talk about your sex parts in public? Because Donald Trump talks about his daughter's sex parts. Yeah, an embarrassment. Here we go. I haven't seen my niece since 2013. When she was 3, the first thing her pedo dad said to me was she's gorgeous, not smart, straight for the looks. Tell me you're a pedo without telling. Oh, who the fuck says? What, did he talk about her sex parts? He said he doesn't change diapers. Oh, it's so gross. What is wrong with this guy? She and her dad actively have sex? Oh, man, I hope not. He's 80 years old. I don't think he's having sex with anybody. Oh, yeah, leaning in to kiss her, hands on her waist, and she moves his hands off. Dude, yeah, it's gross. I think yes, she's married now. She's not allowed to touch her like that. Let MAGA pay for the ballroom. How about we just leave it? Leave it where it is. Thank you for tearing down the East Wing. Now just leave it the way it is. You don't need such a big building for the fucking executive branch anymore. Yeah. Can't handle reality. Okay, so no one's going to come forward and say that their dad talks about their own sex parts in public. You know why? Because it's fucking weird. It'd be totally weird if your dad talked about your sex parts in public. It'd be totally weird. It's kind of weird in private, too, especially if a doctor's not present. The only time a woman should be talking to her dad about her sex parts is when the dad is having the talk with her, or they're confiding in each other in a way that's healthy and normal, or there's a doctor present and there's a problem. That's the only time, like during childbirth or something. Those are the times that it's okay to talk about your daughter's sex parts, okay? Sex education, honest, open talks about sex, not with each other, and when a doctor is present during like pregnancy and things like that, or STDs or whatever. That's when you get to talk with your dad about your sex parts. Okay? That's it. Fucking weird, man. It's so sad. Marla's tits are coming in. She's an infant.
John Brennan at the CIA
have the ICA say the exact opposite. And people in the intelligence community warned Brennan, you can't do this. You're basing it on a bogus dossier that's already been disproven. Well, Brennan didn't care, and he went ahead and did it anyway on the orders of Barack Obama. So, it's comical for Obama to preach that an attorney general or CIA director is not the president's consigliere, since, that's how he treats
Like and subscribe if you hate chomos. Like and subscribe if you hate chomos.
the people who work for him.
Like and subscribe if you think all the pedos should be in wood chippers.
As you pointed out, Holder was famously Obama's wingman. But the ex-president, has always been sanctimonious, a hypocrite, secretly engaging in...
Oh, my God. Sanctimonious hypocrite. Yeah. Barack Obama's the problem. He hasn't been a president for a long time. Barack Obama's the problem. Eric Holder's the problem. Eric Holder, of course, is the old attorney general who actually served for 8 years and didn't do creepy shit like Pam Bondi. But remember remember when Donald Trump... nominated pedophile and prostitute peddler Matt Gaetz. Remember that? Remember when Matt Gaetz was Donald Trump's first choice to be attorney general? Do you guys remember that? And even the Republicans were like, no. Do you remember? And then Pam Bondi was second choice. And now Todd Blanche is now acting attorney general, and he is Donald Trump's personal sex crimes attorney because he has one of those. But Eric Holder's the problem. Eric Holder, who was, normal AG. He was nothing special, normal guy. He was the people's attorney. Doesn't work for the president, but he got along with the president. There you go.
Him. Kids edition.
Oh, this is my favorite. Look, this is my favorite segment on the news. This is my favorite. Fucking Gutfeld, man. Look, we don't deserve him. He's the best. Look at him. Look at him. This is the only time Donald Trump has ever smiled. There he is, looking so handsome. Kids edition. Look at this. They pray to Donald Trump. I know it's supposed to be a joke, but it's not a joke when it's true. Praying to Donald Trump. You bunch of sick bastards.
Yes. Trump gives sobering stats.
Holder, you believe it was Holder that was AG during Florida during Epstein's state trial? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Was it? Who was the AG of Florida during the Epstein trial in Florida? I forget his name. What was his name? Bill McCollum. Florida during the initial pivotal Jeffrey Epstein file was Bill McCollum from 2006 to 2008. Florida Attorney General position during that time, Bill McCollum. Before that was Charlie Crist, and after that was the one and only Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi was the one who looked over it all.
To a bunch of little brats. On Tuesday, he welcomed children to the Oval Office, where he announced the revival of the presidential physical fitness tests. He also reminded them we have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon.
We have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. Remember we sent that.
Why is this guy Why is this guy talking to kids? Why can't this guy just talk normal to kids? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? He always does this shit.
We almost all got killed by nuclear weapons, little kids. Yeah, we did.
It's so weird. Look at this old man right here. What's he doing? That's not a kid. This guy's just the same height as all the other kids. Look at this guy. This guy to the left. One kid over. Why is this guy fucking talking about nuclear weapons with children?
B-2 bomber in, and we blew up their nuclear potential. It was obliterated. So we would have had an Iran with a nuclear weapon, and maybe we wouldn't all be here right now.
What the fuck, bro? And they're saying that this guy is really good. That's Gutfeld. We don't deserve him. You're right. We don't deserve him. America, we are bad. Like, we've been doing some bad shit in America, but we didn't do something so bad to deserve Donald Trump. And the rest of the world doesn't deserve Donald Trump. We don't deserve him, Gutfeld. You're right. We don't deserve him.
Wow. Way to lighten the mood, Mr. P. Wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Look at you. He's a big guy.
Careful, Gutfeld.
I'm doing football right now, and next year I'm going to be trying to do powerlifting.
Oh, whoa. Yes, all right, let's go. Whoa. That's awesome. And you'll never compete against women in powerlifting.
What the fuck? I'm going to be in football, and I want to be a powerlifter. Well, you're never gonna have to compete against women then. Why are you talking about trans shit with kids? I thought you didn't want kids to know about trans people. Which is it, man?
Well, I guess you're not gonna like women. Do you like the boys in the bathrooms? You like Arnold Palmer, you know, in the shower? I used to stare at his long schlong. You know, he had such a great schlong. Arnold Palmer, I love women, but I love Arnold Palmer's schlong. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. It was all man. He was all man.
What in the living hell?
He decided to go.
And listen to these fucking morons clapping. Look at this old man behind him, like just aghast.
The opposite direction. Took a record. Stood for 18 years. He beat it by 119 pounds. Okay? They put the little quarter of an ounce. And, 18 years, this guy came.
God damn it, this guy. What is wrong with you, Grandpa?
He failed powerlifter. He went on the other side and he decided that he wanted to go into women's sports, and he broke the record by 118 pounds. Think that's fair? So
What in the hell? Don't touch my son, weirdo. Don't touch my son. Don't touch my son!
Well, you know, he's a lot like his dad. We don't know if he's got the other part yet. You know, we don't know if the other part's coming in. The other part, we don't know if the other part's come in. He's got his father's legs, but we don't know if the other part's coming in just yet. You know.
Fucking weirdo.
I don't think we have to worry about you.
But are you a strong person?
Are you a strong person? Yes, sir. Good. You think you can take me in a fight? That would be embarrassing, right?
Finally,
You think you could take me in a fight? Yes, I do. I think this little girl could take you in a fight. I think this little girl in the yellow shirt could take you in a fight. And I know that Linda McMahon, the woman behind him, could definitely take him in a fight. The woman behind him, standing next to RFK Jr., is Vince McMahon's wife. And she used to work for WWE because, you know, Vince McMahon owned the WWE. She definitely could beat the shit out of Donald Trump. She knows tricks. Like if it's not kayfabe enough, if it's not kayfabe enough, they literally have someone from the WWE there.
I play volleyball, and in the summer I'm trying to get into soccer.
Well, and with your height, do you smash the ball with the volleyball? Do you get up high? Can you jump high?
I like that.
Soccer might be better.
Yeah, soccer might be better. Maybe you should play with the boys. Maybe you should dress up like a boy and be on the boys' team. You want to try to be a power lifter like this guy?
Drop in some brutal truths. I don't think they expected that, Heather. You got to admit, he has a way with children, but he refuses to talk down to them. He was talking to them like they knew about blowing up country. What?
I love how these guys all of a sudden think that this is cute. It's not cute to talk with children about blowing up countries in the White House. It's not cute.
We obliterated and we killed so many fucking people. We killed a whole school of children. I bet you're happy about that. You're not blown up to shit, huh? Yeah, could be. We might not be alive right now if it weren't for me. We'd all be dead. Because nuclear weapons.
Just lying to children about nuclear weapons. We were never in danger of Iran killing us with nuclear weapons. Never.
You don't have to compete against women, though, kids. So you're okay. You don't have to worry about it as a man. And then he said, could you take me? Do you think you could beat me up? Like the poor kid's like probably about to pee his pants. He's like, why? The president's asking me if I could beat him up. But this is...
I think it'd be great if that kid just like, yeah, I think I... Pop! Someone asked me, do you think I could take you in a fight? I'd just punch you. Don't come up to me, ask you if hey, do you think you can fight me? I'm just going to punch you in the fucking face. Because I don't wait around. Every time someone says they want to punch me, I punch them. Every single time. I'm not going to fucking sit around being like, no, you punched me first. I'm going to fucking... No, man, you coming up, you want to fight, I'm going to fight you. Every single time. I'm not going to sit there being like, well, maybe I should... No, sorry. You come up rolling on me heavy, you're going down. You're going down. You're going down. Jesus, this whole country has become a joke.
why the American public love him. He's not scripted, right? He's totally authentic.
The American public do not love him. He has a 30% approval rating. The American people do not love him.
That's why these clips go viral. The elites.
They go viral because he's a fucking psychopath who belongs in a memory ward.
The crazy elites don't know what to do because they can't relate to the everyday American. Trump does that so well, and no matter what it's about, he's just him.
Is this what everyday Americans do? They talk to their kids and say, hey, we'd all be dead right now if it weren't for us using the B-2 bomber to obliterate schools full of children in Iran. We'd all be dead right now if it weren't for good old Donald Trump. Son, let me sit you down here. You're never going to have to compete against women, and Donald Trump just saved our asses. So if it weren't for him, we'd all be speaking Persian right now. Farsi, whatever the fuck.
Himself, and that's why his supporters love him.
Yeah, those kids, yeah. Wasn't it a nice cat that he kind of like gave that woman some advice on her sports choices? You know, maybe volleyball isn't.
Woman? That was a little girl, Greg. That was a little girl. She was like 7. She's like 7 years old. Can you jump really tall? You like basketball? Maybe you shouldn't play basketball. What a piece of shit. Piece of shit.
If someone would have told me that, it would have saved me so much time.
Yeah.
I know. I did volleyball camp, volleyball tryouts, and I never made the team except like in the 8th grade. They let me be on the 7th grade team.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would swap me out before it was time to serve because I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, can we shoot this arm quickly? Like this.
Yeah.
This is not a volleyball player's arm.
Well, no, you look kind of like you've got some kind of other disease ailing you, Timph. But, you know, I didn't want to say anything. But sports are good. Like, if you want to actually, they should abolish sports in schools. But, you know, like, I think it's important to learn sports and teamwork and stuff like that. There's other ways to learn it, but sports can be great. If your kids like sports, put them in sports. I don't see why I got to pay for it, but put them in sports. I think the president should go and tell kids not to do sports. Perfect. Great. Of course you do.
If somebody would have just said, look at this is my muscle.
Like and subscribe, everybody. We're watching Gutfeld. It's this, actually, no, we're not going to do this anymore. But I just wanted to, like, this thing where he says we don't deserve him. Are they going to do the end credit? Do they do it again? Where's Tyrus? Oh, let's do it again. Let's see. I fucking Tim. She's such a sucker. Here we go.
When he brought up the trans stuff.
The only thing was missing is if he would have been like, hey, you're
Brought up the trans stuff with little kids. Why is Donald Trump talking about trans stuff with little kids?
in a Turkish prison.
Yeah.
Ever seen a grown man naked? I mean, it was like I thought I was watching Airplane.
Yes, it's like watching Airplane. Yes, it's like watching Airplane where the pilot asked the little kid if he's ever seen a grown man naked. That's perfect, Tyrus. Yes, like the crazy guy in Airplane that you wouldn't want your kid around. The totally inappropriate shit the guy in Airplane saw. Why would you support a person who acts like the pilot in Airplane?
I love the fact that he has a way, and I've seen this in real life when he's talked to my daughter about jumping horses and stuff. You know, and his first question is always the same: are you any good?
Yes.
And if you're not, and you tell me you're good, I'll find out. I have people.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then literally, and then the next time he sees her, you know what? I saw some of your videotapes. You're a pretty good writer. You're gonna keep doing it professionally. Like he's actually talks to them with interest. And I think that's what we're all laughing because
interest in their genitals, dude. You're not supposed to be fucking talking about kids' genitals. What is this guy's obsession with children's genitals?
we're so used to like the worst talk in the world. Like, how are you, big guy?
Yeah.
You play sports, you know, or worse, they try to smell your hair. So, I mean, it's kind of nice that the president has a conversation.
Yeah, smelling hair. Remember when Donald Trump admitted to breaking into teenagers' dressing rooms in order to look at their naked bodies? Remember when Donald Trump said that his infant child, she's got the legs of her beautiful mother, but not this part yet? And he did this motion about his infant child, Tiffany. Remember that? Yeah, that's totally normal, everybody. Totally normal. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Like and subscribe. Double tap the screen, sucker. If you ain't liked, you're banned. Like the video, like the stream, or you're banned.
And at no time, adult was like, whoa, we're done here. We're done here. So it was nice to see just talking to him like normal people, although I guarantee you on that car ride home, the kids were like, Iran?
Are we going to die?
Yeah, you know, like...
Yeah, are we going to die? Yes, maybe we shouldn't be talking about Iran with children in the White House. Hey, we're all going to die. We would be dead by now if it weren't for the B-2 bombers that killed all those kids. They don't do movies like Airplane anymore. They just did a remake of, or it wasn't a remake, it was a sequel of Naked Gun. And it was funny, and it was okay. It was all right. I'm sure if I was like 10, I would have laughed my ass off. I mean... We still make movies like Airplane, just not as good. Like, they just don't make them as good. I guess I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
It's refreshing and scary at the same time.
But you know what, though? this is a different kind of thing than what Democrats do with kids, which is they literally scare the hell out of you. There was all of this research that said like kids were so depressed and frightened because of climate change, because they were told every day the planet was over, the planet was over. He has a way of talking to kids about life that like doesn't really scare them. It just informs them.
Yeah, it's this.
What? Yeah, it doesn't really scare them. It informs them. So like scientists saying that the world's on fire, yeah, that scares them. But the president is informing them. So it's okay. We need to stop talking to kids about global warming and start talking to kids about nuclear holocaust. Great. Make America great again. That's what Donald Trump meant by make America great again. Make America like it was in the 1950s when people did nuclear weapons drills all the time. Stop, drop, and cover and all that fun stuff. Good times.
It's the same Trump gear. Like he talks to little kids the same way he talks to grown-up Democrats.
Yeah.
Right? He explains it the same way. Iran was trying to get a nuclear bomb, but we stopped them. They were 2 weeks away. He could say that to anybody.
Yeah.
That could be the State of the Union. He could be standing on the White House balcony with the Easter Bunny. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
He was literally out there with the Easter Bunny talking to little kids looking for Easter eggs. All right, so with Iran, we're going to come in hot.
Yes.
They're never going to see us. We're going to bomb them from the skies. We got planes. They're like Batman planes.
This guy does a decent impersonation of Jerry Lewis and Christopher Walken, so I'll allow it. This guy cracked me up with the impersonations, but I can respect a good impersonation. Bring your impersonations to Gutfeld. They go over. People love impersonations on Gutfeld. But you want to watch the rest? Fine.
They'll never see him coming. Children, they keep nominating a new supreme leader, but don't worry, we kill them. As soon as they nominate a new supreme leader, we find them and kill them.
Yeah, we find them and kill them as soon as they get an Ayatollah. They thought Democrats were the enemy. They've got Iranians after them now. Hey! Thank you so much, Tennessee Cheat Shit. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Can I get some W's in the chat, some emojis in the chat, some green hearts of courage in the chat for Tennessee for supporting this? Thank you for supporting independent media. Please become a Sky City Rebel. Please become a channel member. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Wonderful. What game are you playing? What game am I playing? We do gaming at night. Politics in the day, gaming at night. Politics in the day, gaming at night. We'll do a gaming stream later on tonight. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Walken likely despises Trump anyway. I don't know. It's so hot. I don't. Give me the watch. Data dictionary. Give me the watch. It's so hot. The Jacqueline lion. The lion is... in the desert. He's in the desert. Fucking Christopher Walken. I had this uncomfortable piece of metal up my ass. For 2 years, I hung up this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass. And now I give it to you. I always think of that. I don't remember all of the Christopher Walken quotes because, like, he's got so many, but like they're not. I remember the speech in Pulp Fiction the most, where he's like, "Your father gave me this watch. This watch." That long pause, I think, is so great, and he's like looking at it. This watch. Fucking love that pause so much. Because he's like remembering the war and being in the POW camp. This watch. I loved it. More cowbell. Yeah. I got a fever. There's only one cure. More cowbell. Gotta have it. I gotta have more cowbell. Yeah. The monologue though, yeah, the Pulp Fiction monologue is my favorite. He's done a couple that are really good, but the Pulp Fiction one is just so fun. And the camera's just him with that weird lens on it, so he looks all big and weird on the screen. Man, Pulp Fiction's a masterpiece. I don't care. I know. Quentin Tarantino's problematic. Okay, I know he was best friends with Harvey Weinstein during the height of his criminality. I know he's horrible, but man, why do perverts make such good movies, dude? Like, Roman Polanski's such a fucked up person, but Chinatown is like one of my favorite movies. Pulp Fiction's one of my favorite movies. What the hell, dude? Why does he make such good movies? It's not fair. I can't wait for Quentin Tarantino to die so I can appreciate his movies again, man. It's like, I can't wait for R. Kelly to die so I can listen to his music again. I just want these guys to die so I can listen to it. Sky does better impersonations than the Gut Friends. Oh, thank you. I don't think that was my best. I used to have a good, back when, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've pulled out my Christopher Walken. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done a Christopher Walken impersonation. He's not very topical. This guy, I don't, you know, he's clearly pandering to the boomers. Like, he did a Jerry Lewis. Like, he did a Jerry Lewis, and I love Jerry Lewis, but like, when do I use my Jerry Lewis impersonation? If you don't use it, you lose it. You got to practice those things, you know?
Knock, knock, who's there? Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth.
Knock, knock, who's there? Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth. Because he's got like this New York, basically, the Christopher Walken is just a heavy New York accent with no punctuation. I know the punctuation when I read. I just cross it out. He said that. That's what someone asked him why he talks so funny. He says when he reads, he doesn't pay attention to punctuation. And so I just always thought that that's exactly when I do my impersonation of Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken, he's just a guy with he's kind of got a fake John Travolta accent, but doesn't pay attention to punctuation.
And planes.
You know what it is? Is that when he talks to them, it's always victorious. There's a happy ending. Not for the Iranian people, but there's a happy ending. And his stories, it's never the world's over.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What?
Be sure to like and subscribe for
It's never the world is over. It's always a happy ending, except for the trans people.
Welcome back, everyone. So if you recently bought a game on the PlayStation Store, you could be eligible for a refund. Sony agreed to a $7.8 million settlement after being accused of monopolizing the market and charging more for its digital games.
What? I should have gotten a PlayStation. I would have been getting a paycheck right now. Hey, do you have a PlayStation? Make sure you get that cash money, son. If you have a PlayStation, this is the best thing. Buy more stuff, and you'll get a little bit back when they find out that they cheated you.
Anyone who bought certain games from April 2019 to December of 2023 eligible without having to do a thing. Sony did not admit any wrongdoing while agreeing to the settlement.
Which games? And
GameStop says that it's offering to buy eBay for $55.5 billion. In a letter, CEO says that the plan is to cut costs and combine eBay's online operation with GameStop's brick and mortar stores. Experts say the bid is a bit audacious, though. FactSet indicates that GameStop was only worth about $12 billion.
Do people use eBay still? I always wonder this. Hey, can you tell me if you still use eBay? Does anybody use eBay? 75-cent rebate. You're just getting a 75 cent. You don't have to do anything. Navia, thank you so much. God, I'm trying to make rent, Navia. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Navia. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much. Can I get some green hearts of courage and love for Navia in the chat? Do you still use eBay, Navia? Navia, do you still use eBay? I'd love to know. I want to know. Do you use I don't know anybody who still uses eBay. Yes, you still love eBay? Oh, wow. What do you buy on there? Hantavirus is making the news. I've been talking about Hantavirus. I've been talking about it. Talked about it yesterday. Glad you got one. It's hit or miss. Yes, it's got one. Yes. We still use it. eBay. Really? Okay, maybe I should sell stuff on. I have all this stuff that I need to get rid of from my mom. I'm thinking about putting it on I thought about having an estate sale, but everyone's like, if you have an estate sale, you got to give 50% to these other assholes. But like, man, people buy stuff on eBay, huh? They just shop on eBay still? Man, I haven't looked at eBay since 1997. Or I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked at eBay. Car parts and computer stuff, really? Wow, okay. You use it a lot? Wow. Obscure tech parts, clothing, shoes? Really? Once every 2 years? Wow, you guys, I am totally surprised by that. I'm totally surprised. It's time, Sky. Yeah, but it's like, it's so much. You got to take the picture and put the thing, and then you put it on the thing, and you hope to sell it. But I guess you're right, man. eBay. I don't know. Do people buy antiques and stuff on eBay and like salt and pepper shakers and shit? People buy that stuff? eBay is getting bought out. I'd hold out. I mean, they don't think it's actually going to happen. It's just a joke. Yeah. You can run a tag sale yourself. Oh, yeah, but I know, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to run a tag sale where I got to like deal with all the people. I don't want to do that. It's the public marketplace. I thought everyone was switching over to like Facebook Marketplace. It's getting bought out by GameStop is saying they want to buy it, but they're saying it's probably bullshit. That the GameStop is worth $12 billion, but they're saying they want to buy eBay for $55 billion. That it's all just marketing or something. No one really knows what the hell's going on. It's America. We're all crazy.
Joining us now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. All right, so now you've got Wall Street South. Now you got Ken Griffin full-time. You got the co-founders of Google moving down here. Mark Zuckerberg got out of California.
Yeah, everyone tells me Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace is the thing. It's big. We have an app that belongs to eBay over here in Deutschland. It's called Kleinanzeigen. Kleinanzeigen. That's cool. We don't have that in America. We don't have no Kleinanzeigen. I go to the thrift store for all my used clothes, board games with missing pieces, and car parts needs like a normal person. eBay takes so much in fees now. Yeah, but if I did an estate sale selling all of my mom's stuff, they take like 50% or 40%. There's no way eBay takes 40 or 50%. They take like 10% maybe. So, you know. One day pictures and set it and sale. Facebook too. 1 day pictures and set it and sale. Joyous 777. I do not know what that means. Market fluctuation / manipulation. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like GameStop's just fucking around. I don't think it's actually going to happen. Buy and sale for real fake book is very odd. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to use Facebook because I hate Zuckerberg. But I mean, eBay, do I like them? I don't know. Yeah, I hear Marketplace is nice, but I'll never know because I fear change. I'll be the last person selling crap on eBay. Mike, really? You think eBay's the place? I should try to sell stuff on eBay, huh? 15% including on shipping, I believe. It's easy. I wouldn't know how to pack shit up. What about bigger stuff? How do you fucking ship it? Like if I'm going to sell a chair, right? It's not even that big. A chair is not even that big. How do you sell it? How do you sell a chair on eBay? Local pickup or something? You just do local pickup for chairs? GameStop's shooting their shop. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Meta mega sucks. I don't like Meta at all. I want to see a world without them. I don't want to see a world with no Facebook. I just donate directly to Vanguard and BlackRock. Nice. That's the way to do it. You're getting angry, Navi? Why are you angry? Navi, don't get mad. Yard sale. Well, yard sale's the same as a estate sale, except you have somebody else do it. And, why not? Why not have somebody else do it? Local pickup, huh? Local pickup, huh? You don't sell a chair on eBay. What do you sell a chair? How do you sell a chair? How do you sell a chair? People sell them on eBay. I see them on eBay. People say they sell furniture. I've heard people sell everything they own on eBay. That means there's got to be tables and chairs on eBay. How do you sell tables and chairs? Don't they sell it on eBay? They sell it with local pickup, I think, right? Facebook local sales, says Twisted Hippies, says the way to go. Facebook sell furniture. Oh, Facebook sell furniture. Unless it's from IKEA and you save the instructions so you can take it apart. No. I'm talking about like desks, like actual local pickup. I have a garage sale, no middleman. I don't want to do it. You don't understand. I don't want to have to go through all my mom's shit and sell it. I want to fucking pay somebody to do that. And then you don't have to pay them. They just take a piece. Yeah, and estate sales, like all the paint, like here's the thing. She's got all these like framed paintings and shit. Like they're lithographs, but some of them are worth money. I don't know how much to charge for that. I got to go look it up and then sell it on eBay and then ship that fucking thing. I guess I could do local pickup. Just do local pickup. Everything's local pickup. If somebody wants a chair, they'll come to you. All right, I'll try. I'll tell you what. I have big pictures that are framed. People buy that type of thing on eBay, right? Big framed pictures. I should just sell them on eBay, right? And just do local pickup. You got to collect chairs yourself as buyer, at least. That's how we do it here. Okay. I'm thinking about that. ChatGPT can do that. LOL. You're right, it can. I didn't think about that. ChatGPT. Okay, all right, you've convinced me. I'm gonna put something on eBay today. All right, I'm gonna put something on eBay today. I'm gonna put it on the. We'll do local pickup. I'll do a local pickup on eBay, and I'll have to deal with some asshole being like, "Oh, I can't come on this day. I can come on that day, though." Throw out most of your junk, dump catharsis. Yeah, I think I will throw away a lot. Don't worry. But, I mean, I'd rather, if somebody wants it, I'd rather not just throw it in a landfill. You know, a lot of the stuff I have is perfectly good. Half will be sold 2 weeks and 2 weeks and half will be sold 2 weeks? You really think so? Use both platforms for small stuff, eBay, big items, or big stuff, Facebook. For small stuff, eBay, big items, or big stuff for Facebook. First world problems. Well, virtual reality, ain't no shame in that. I got first world problems sometimes. Sometimes I got third world problems. Sometimes I got first world problems. Yeah, sometimes that's the thing. My hairline, you don't like my hairline? People pay good money for my hairline. I mean, shit. I'm old. I like my hairline. Shit. You don't like my hairline? I love my hairline. Damn. People. Craigslist, I can't find. I put some stuff when my mom first died. When my mom first died, I pushed it on Craigslist. And straight up, I just didn't. I got so many scammers, like just tons of scam emails and scam. I was like, Jesus Christ. And they're so obvious. They're just obvious scams. And I'm going, the fuck's the point of this? I'm spending all this time just dealing with scammers. No way. I got hairline problems? I don't think so. My hairline's pretty good, man. I'm pushing 50. My hairline looks great, bro. What are you talking about? I love my hairline. I could tell you how much it's worth. You can, Ben? How do you know how much things are worth? Free cycle in UK takes everything, yeah. Post a screenshot of the chair in the community tab. You could tell me how much it's worth? Well, I have like some I have 2 recliners. They're old. They're like, I think they're leather, but I never use them. They're just sitting there. I don't want them. And they work great. Like they got that thing that reclines them. And I think somebody might want them. It'd be a great like garage chair for somebody or something. Somebody might want them. I don't think it's time to put them in the landfill. I think it's time for somebody else to take them for a few years before they go to the landfill. But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. But I would get rid of them for like $20 each. $20, $10. Get them out of here. Yeah. Dumpster for free. California broski. Goodwill that? I don't want to move them. I don't want to move them. How am I going to Goodwill that? They're not going to pick this shit up. I want someone to come pick it up. Maybe I could just say pick up for free. If you're saying Goodwill, I'll just say don't landfill, just donate, just do something and stop complaining. Yeah, you're right. Just do something and stop complaining, says Joyous 777. Exactly. Yeah, but somebody's coming to pick it up for $20. All right. That's what I'll do. I'll do it. I'll do that today. 2 of those chairs, $20, $10 for each. Come pick them up. Someone will do that, I think, right? All right. That's what we're doing. All right. Number 1 news story, trash talk. Yeah, I'm sorry. Have you seen that like Gary Vaynerchuk does his like Gary Vaynerchuk garage sales? Like this guy's a millionaire and he still goes to garage sales and tries to haggle with people to get good deals on shit that he's going to turn around and sell on eBay. Like he'll buy a shitload of Hot Wheels and then sell them on eBay, but he's got a team of people doing that shit. I don't think he's fucking taking the pictures and putting it on eBay, but whatever. It's kind of fun. Yeah. GoFundMe on the way for implants for Jack Morgan. Please donate. I don't want implants. I want to age gracefully. I think I look pretty good for my age. I don't know. I'm pretty old. Somebody told me yesterday, I went to I had a beer after my book club, and everyone was like, you look so much younger. Oh my God, I thought you were so much younger than you are. And they all were talking about how young I look. So I thought that was great. And I was like, they're like, do you dye your hair? I'm like, no, you can see there's like little pieces of silver in my hair. No, I don't dye my hair. I got little white hairs coming in, and I like it. I like it. I like getting older. That's all right. Yes, you can help me though. Little Ray, please, put $1,000 as a super chat into this channel right now, please. I would appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to see what Ron DeSantis says, and then I'm going to call it quits. We're going to do the afterglow.
Larry Ellison's out. You're probably not going to take my call because all these billionaires will be consuming all of your time.
Well, it won't be consuming my time. I mean,
yeah, most people think I'm younger, so I think I'm doing something okay. You know, I'm like, people are like, why do you look so young? You don't have all these wrinkles. And I'm like, I got a couple, I got a little bit, you know, especially when I wake up in the morning, like first thing in the morning, like you shouldn't look in the mirror until like 2 hours after you wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But I wake up at 5 a.m. and I go to urinate like many people do. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, no! And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, not bad. You know, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. Age gracefully. It might be my vegan diet. It could be. I've been vegan 21 years. Yeah, that's true. But I tell you, like, my parents, they were both at my age, both were wearing glasses and both had gray hair. Me, I got a full head of hair that's dark, and I don't wear glasses. I still got 20/20. I'm almost 50. Like, that's the weirdest thing. The eyes are the weirdest thing because, like, I've spent my time with computers and my parents didn't. And both my parents, and I read a lot. I read like 3 books, 4 books a month. And I don't know, you might not think that's a lot. That's a lot. I think it's a lot. 4 books a month, 3 books enough. And then, like, my parents both have glasses. Or my mom's dead and my dad's in a memory ward, so he probably doesn't wear glasses anymore. But when they were this age, they were both wearing glasses. And had been for like 10 years. So I think I'm doing all right. Thank you.
And I think they're just responding to the fact that we have a free state that is sane and that is not going to do these crazy things. I mean, I saw your clip with Barack Obama saying, oh, Mandami, all he wants to do is help people afford housing. Well, Sean, if that's the case, why did he propose earlier this year the biggest property tax increase in the history of New York City? It would have raised property taxes on 3 million people, including cops and firefighters and nurses. And so the idea that he's just out to kind of help people afford housing, no, he's out to push a Marxist agenda. He's a
Marxism! Not Marxism. Holy shit. Did he just say Marxism? Holy shit. Oh, no, he said it. You did it. You called Mamdani a Marxist. Oh, my God. Is Mamdani a Marxist? I'm just finding this out today. I didn't know that. God damn it. Plus, like, 46. I'm 47. You're starting to get nearsighted? Damn it. Positrack 46. Sky, your hairline is nice. You look good. Thank you. I pull my hair a lot, too. I'm always pulling it. I don't know. It's like a thing that I do. I think it looks fine. I like my hair. I cut my own hair. I never put product in my hair. That could be the other thing. I never put product in my hair. I just cut my hair the way I like it so that I don't need product. Yeah. Can we not talk about it, please? You're not old. You are not old, Mike. You're not old. Americans are think about the president as 80. Okay? The president, you're not old. You are not old. The president is 80 years old next month. And people think that he's young and virile. They think he still gets his you-know-what hard. You know, you're not old, okay? You're only as old as you feel. Groucho Marx said you're only as old as the woman that you feel. That's a little problematic these days, but it's a funny line. But he's playing with the idea you're only as old as you feel inside, man. Wake up. You're all right. You're not old. You are not old. We got 50-year-old women having babies now in America. What are you talking about? You're not old. We got an 80-year-old president. You're saying you're old? If you have imposter syndrome or you think that you're too old to do what XYZ, whatever, you are fooling yourself, man. How do you have imposter syndrome when you have Donald Trump as the president of the United States? This guy can't read, can't write, can't do math, and he's president. You got imposter syndrome? Look who the Secretary of Defense is playing G.I. Joe. He thinks he's the Department of War now. Like, you have imposter syndrome? No, man. Chuck Grassley is the chair of most committees, and the guy's 93. You think you're old? You're not old. This is not your parents' generation. You are probably going to live longer than your mom. Like, older than your mom, I mean. Of course, you'll live longer. You know what I mean? You'll outlive her, but because you were born younger. But yeah, she's going to... My mom only made it to 64 years old. I think I'm going to make it to, like, 84. Okay? My dad is in a memory ward, and he's 74. I think I'm going to make it to 84. Before I got to be locked up for not remembering where what a car is. I think I'll be 84 before I forget what cars are, before they make me just do puzzles for the rest of my life. You lived wild when you were young. I lived wild when I was young. Positrack, that's okay. That gives you character. You're not dying anytime soon. You got lots of time. You're not old, is the point. And even if you die because of your wild youth, that doesn't mean you're going to shrivel up and you got to give up now. You're not old now. You're not old. You got this, playa. You got this. I just wanted to watch this Ron DeSantis thing.
And look, when you go in front of somebody's house and try to surveil that and put that out to the world in the hopes, I believe, they were trying to rile people up to maybe do something.
This is so crazy. You're going into people's houses and surveilling them. Literally, Fox News was just an hour ago saying that surveillance is absolutely necessary and leftists don't want to be surveilled. And now they're saying that surveillance is a leftist thing and they want Marxist Mamdani. Mamdani wants to surveil. Well, which is it, man? Surveillance is wrong. That's it. That's it. Stop surveilling me.
Something even worse. Of course, you're going to want to run from that area and you're going to want to embrace Florida. So I'm not surprised that they're doing that. And obviously, we'll just keep doing the job that we're doing down here.
Let me ask you, Governor, what message do you send to maybe some of those companies?
What message do you send, Governor, to those companies that hate that Mam Danny? Guess what? New York still has the highest concentration of billionaires of any place on planet Earth. More billionaires live in New York than any other city on planet Earth. Looks like they didn't leave. I thought they were all going to leave and move to Florida.
That have remained in New York. And by the way, Mamdani is also talking about, for New York City alone, a 50% death tax. We have a 40% national death tax. New York State has 10%. 50%, they lower the threshold to $750,000. You can't own a closet in New York City for that amount of money. So what do you say to the people in New York, the businesses that are left behind? I'd say come on down to the free state of Florida.
That's what I would say. What do you say? I would say come on down to the free state of Florida, where we've got people literally believing in the skunk ape. Do you know that Floridians believe that there's a thing called the skunk ape that lurks? It's basically like their Sasquatch, like their missing link, like their Bigfoot. They think that there's this animal that's half ape, half human, half skunk, apparently, that lives in the Everglades. It lives in Florida, runs around. People see the skunk ape. They've all got stories about the skunk ape. Look it up. There's a bunch. That's what they believe in Florida. And also, I spent a lot of time in Florida. I've spent so much time in Florida, and they've got murals of Donald Trump everywhere. That ain't a free state, son. That's fucking North Korea. Like, you can't say the word gay. They got laws in Florida about what color lights they can put on the bridges because they were afraid of people putting rainbow-colored lights on bridges, and you're only allowed to put red, white, and blue lights on bridges now. That ain't the free state of Florida, son. There's nothing free about that. That's not freedom, okay? That ain't freedom. Free the skunk ape, though. Skunk ape's free. The only one that's free in Florida is the skunk ape, and there are a bunch of Floridians trying to kill him.
Here, there's no state income tax. Yeah, I don't think. Do we have a sales tax? If we do, I don't even know. And what else do you say to like police officers?
I don't even know. I've not prepared for this whatsoever. Do you have sales tax in Florida? I don't know. Let me show you how easy it is to do Sean Hannity's job. Does Florida have sales tax? Yes, Florida has a 6% sales tax, which is exactly, what, 1% under California? What's California right now? What's California state sales tax? 7.25. So 1.25% less in Florida than California. Florida, the free state of Florida. Look how easy it is to do your homework these days. It's so easy, Sean Hannity. You literally just have to say the words out loud to your fucking computer, and you have a whole team of people to do this homework for you, and you never looked up if there's a sales tax in the free state of Florida? Don't you have a house there? I can find that out too. Does Sean Hannity have a house in Florida? Yes, Sean Hannity owns property in Florida, doesn't know if there's sales tax there for some reason, and officially relocated there in 2025. Oh, so Sean Hannity has a house in there that he's lived there for over a year. He currently holds at least 2 adjoining Palm Beach townhouses because he likes being close to Donald Trump in Palm Beach. And he is merging it into a single luxury home and previously bought $23.5 million Manalapan mansion that he later listed for sale in early 2026. Look at this Sean Hannity home. Look at Sean Hannity's home. Hold on a second. This is Sean Hannity's house. Jesus Christ. Hold on a second. This is Sean Hannity's home in one of his homes. Sean Hannity, the working man. Sean Hannity, I wonder why he doesn't know if there's sales tax in the state that he lives in. He takes a private jet to New York to film his show, and he lives in this mansion. But he's totally normal guy. Sean Hannity. Do you even have sales tax? I don't know. When was the last time you bought anything by yourself anywhere?
Firefighters, well trained.
I mean, I buy stuff, but I don't look at receipts. I don't actually know if there's a tax. It looks like a hotel. It looks like a resort. You see how easy it is to find shit about these morons? Looks a lot like Mar-a-Lago. Everything looks like Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, especially like in Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. Like West Palm Beach, so Palm Beach is off on this little it's like a little piece of land connected by bridges, and then West Palm Beach is like normal people live there. But Palm Beach is where all the rich people live, and they all live in these massive houses like that. They're almost every place you see in Palm Beach is like that, like these big resort looking. It looks like Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, everything looks like Mar-a-Lago there.
Not appreciated. I think they should come down too.
Well, we obviously are a low tax state, and we're proud of that. But the reason we're
6% is not low tax. 6% is 1.25% less than California.
Low tax state is because we're also a low spending state. We have 23.5 million people in Florida. New York City has about 8 million. Their budget in New York City alone is bigger than the budget of the entire state of Florida. New York State's budget is over twice the size of the budget of the free state of Florida. And yet, and I know you don't spend as much time there as you used to, Sean, because I know they're after you for taxes, and you don't want to do that. And you and I have discussed this. But when you drive around that city,
I don't go. I don't want to pay taxes.
I get motion sickness being in a
I don't go to New York because I don't like taxes. I hate New York. Okay, Sean. Then fuck off. Don't go to New York. We don't want you. Great, less traffic.
Taxi going through there. Whereas in Florida, we spend less, we tax less, but we build roads. We make sure we have modern infrastructure. So what I tell those people is it's not going to get better. They're taxing you not because they're trying to make their city a better place or the state. They're taxing you because it's part of an ideological agenda. They will waste that money like they have for years. And what happens is some guy like Mamdani gets elected, more conservative-leaning people leave the city.
I don't know. I mean, Mamdani's filling up potholes. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. There's a pedestrian zone in Times Square now. It's kind of cool. I mean, they're talking about building a city-run grocery store. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to hear it out. Let's see it. Oh, but, big businesses don't like it. Fuck them. Let's make it better for the New Yorkers. Sounds nice. New Yorkers need a break, man. Sick of living with the rats and the roaches. Let's try to make New York great again. Let's make New York great again.
The resulting electorate is even more liberal than it started with, and they double down and do it again.
23 million Floridians in the free state of Florida, 8 million, 9 million maybe in New York City.
It's
and
funny, you
they
say
have a
high
bigger
heels.
budget than-
You say high heels, shaky knob, but like it's so funny how he's got this collection of just cowboy boots and rubber boots. He's really into boots. He was on Bill Maher's show, and Bill Maher's like, "Why are you wearing a suit and cowboy boots?" And he goes, "Because we have a lot of, it's cowboy country in Florida." And he goes, "Well, no, California's cowboy country." No. Florida's got lots of cattle. And he's right. Like the middle of the state, especially like northern part of Florida, is filled with cows. And same thing in California. We got lots of cows in California and Florida. Lots of horse farms too. Ocala, Florida has more horse farms than any other place in the world. 600 different horse farms.
You do in this state, and you've got far better infrastructure. You have real law and order, real safety and security. I mean, the math is spectacular to me. And you're right, they're doing it for social engineering. They're doing it for social welfare programs. And the weather's a lot nicer. As a matter of fact,
Look at the California wealth tax. But look at the California wealth tax, Sean. They want
the wealth tax.
Do unrealized gains, 5% tax. And it's not just on billionaires. It's written in a way that will apply to an awful lot of people. Why are they doing that?
Millionaires too. Dang it. Millionaires and billionaires. Because they want their money.
They're doing it so that they can funnel the money to the public employee unions, like the teacher unions that run that state. So they're going to end up getting less.
Fucking teachers. Fuck the teachers, am I right? Fucking teachers. God, they're funneling money to teachers. Teachers? They're taking money from billionaires and giving it to teachers? You sons of bitches. You Marxist bastards. Teachers? You're giving money to teachers? Ron DeSantis hates teachers. Remember when Ron DeSantis passed the Don't Say Gay bill so that teachers can't even mention the fact that some kids have two dads? Can't say that now in Florida. You're not allowed to say that.
Revenue if it passes. They've already driven off probably $1 trillion in wealth, and that's just with the threat of it passing. Hasn't even passed yet. And so this is rinse and repeat. They're not trying to do what's in the public interest. They're trying to service these entrenched constituencies and further their left-wing agenda.
And yet still today, more people move to New York and California than Florida. I don't know why. Still more people move to Florida, move to New York and California than Florida. Who has more people moving to their states, New York, California, or Florida? Can you list them for me in just in the order of how many people are moving to those states every year? $570,000 people consistently. Florida ranks often near the top for 600,000 migrants annually. California, while a top destination, it has a high, often record-setting net loss of residents, often placing it behind states like Florida for net migration, though it still has higher gross inbound numbers. Net migration. I don't want to know the net. Because then that counts the retirees. People don't retire to California. Damn. Net loss. They all have net losses. God damn it. I don't want net losses. How do I make AI do what I want? How about this? Gross migration. What did they say? Gross inbound numbers. Can you just give me the gross inbound numbers? Let's see. Gross inbound numbers is all I wanted. Ooh, Florida wins. Damn. Florida wins gross inbound numbers. Let's see. 574,000 in 2024 for Florida. California, 406,000. And New York, only 28,000. 285,000, sorry. Net losses. Although California and New York attract hundreds of thousands of new residents, they both see significant less losses. And also in 2024, because more people moved out. Yeah. I want to see 10-year trend. Can I see 10-year trend? Let's see. 10-year trend. Okay, 10-year trend. California is about on par. So basically, New York, it's always around 285, 287, 300,000 New York inbound. And California, it was really high in 2017 for some reason, but the rest it's like 400. It's always under 500,000. And Florida has a lot of retirees, over 500,000 every year. So Florida has more inbound than the others. Wow. I stand corrected. Digital whip. We started the live with Jesus whipping and flipping. Nice. Nice. Cool. Boomers migration. Yeah, I think it's probably more retirees. How can I parse these numbers? It seems like there were a lot of retirees going to Florida traditionally. Is that still the case? And far fewer retirees moving to places like New York and California. Let's see, try to make sense of these numbers. Florida remains a top destination for retirees, but recent data shows a shift. The state is now attracting more young people and working age professional than it is retirees. While California and New York continue to lose older residents at high rates, they are now also seeing significant youth flight as younger people move to more affordable states like Florida because of more affordable. Retiree growth. Florida still leads the country in retirees. People over 65. Over 50,000 of the people are retirees. Damn, son. But it's lowering because of South Carolina and Texas. South Carolina and Texas are taking more retirees than Florida. Not more, sorry, are now competing. IRS data shows that Florida actually gained 10,000 more net new residents under 35 than it did retirees. 10,000. Median age. Florida's median age is roughly 43, which is higher than the national average, but is being balanced by growth of younger age groups. I wonder what the national average is. Ooh, so California median age is only 38. Florida 39. No, I'm sorry. New York is 39. Florida is 43. So still Florida is the oldest. The oldest median age. Wow. Florida is the... Hold on. Let me show you this map. Look at this map, bro. Can you see this? Can you see the map? Can you see the map? Okay, cool. Look at this map. Maine, West Virginia, and Florida, the oldest states. That's, I didn't know Maine. Why is everyone so old up in Maine? That's crazy. But Florida is the third oldest state. That's fucking, they don't work. Old people don't work, so they're not buying shit. Look at and California is like one of the youngest. Utah's young. New Mexico. Ooh, New Mexico. That's where I want to move. I'm thinking about moving to New Mexico. Oklahoma's young. But California's still young. California's like one. Oklahoma's way younger than I thought. Kansas, Nebraska. These are all young. Look at these middle states. They're all young. Man, I've never seen this map before. But look at this. Florida's still 42.6. Old. Everyone's over. Look at this. That means that these are all retirees. Old money. West Virginia, man, that's weird. I don't know why so many old people would... Oh, I know, because it's so cheap. People move from New York and Pennsylvania, and they move down here. It's so damn cheap, and West Virginia's got to be one of the cheapest states in the country. And then Florida, it used to be everyone from this area, when they got old, they moved here. Florida. Man. What happens when Texas attacks Mexico? Because Mexico's in the name. Yeah, I know. But you can't beat an hour and a half drive to the coast or to snow-capped mountains. Portland's great. I mean, you talk about Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine is great. Portland, Oregon's great. Both Portlands are awesome. Maybe I'll move to West Virginia. West Virginia's cheap and it's beautiful, man. West Virginia, I spent a lot of time in West Virginia. It's gorgeous, man. It's like so much nature and shit. It's awesome. It's awesome. But they also still have dry counties. You can't drink on Sundays in a lot of places. There's some places that are like, West Virginia is weird. It's like, but it's so pretty. Like it's one of the most beautiful places you'll ever go, but it's like rural as fuck. And it's like you go into a shop and they're like, you want an egg? And they got like on the counter, they've got those red eggs, those pickled eggs that they like reach in and give to you. It's weird, man. It's like West Virginia's weird, but it's beautiful. If you like nature, man, West Virginia, rednecks, a lot of rednecks. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's very rural, very. West Virginia's beautiful, shitty people in places. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, West Virginia's kind of... Oh, you're talking about Oregon? Yeah, I mean, Portland, Oregon's fantastic. Who doesn't like Portland, Oregon? It's just too expensive for what it is. Like, you go to Portland, Oregon, you're like, wait, so you still got all these fucking homeless people? You haven't figured this shit out? You still got drug users in the street, and it's this much money to live here? Shit, I might as well just stick it out in LA where it's warm. Why am I coming up to fucking Portland? It's great. Portland's great. Don't get me wrong. I love Portland. But if you're going to spend that much money, you might as well live where it's warm, you know, not raining all the damn time. But Portland has turned into a shithole, I heard. I mean, it's great. Portland's beautiful, man. These cities, the thing isn't about America, man. We have some very beautiful cities, but you have to live like in the city. If you live in the outskirts, it kind of sucks. Everyone knows it. You're always surrounded by like Chili's and cheesecake factories and like the same, everything looks the same in America. It sucks. Like, I want to live in a real town where people are walking around and meeting each other and going to the same cafes. That's what I want to do. I live in Orange County right now, and it's all just like strip malls, and it's beautiful here. It's so gorgeous, but it's like, I don't want to live in Orange County as a single man. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, when I lived on the beach, that was great. But I was also like, I was going to the beach every single day, and I was spending... in rent, I was spending thousands of dollars just in rent every month. I was making a lot of money, so I didn't care. And I had a roommate. I had a roommate, and I was living on the beach. It was great. But damn. And I lived in like an old shitty apartment. It wasn't nice. It didn't include a fridge. It didn't have AC or heat, and it had termites in the rafters. And I'm like, It looked like the apartment in Three's Company. I basically lived in a Three's Company apartment. Capitalism, though, yeah. Very pricey. It's too pricey to live in Portland. To live in proper Portland, like I had a friend who lived in Bend, Oregon, and even there, it's like a different. You have hippies and rednecks, right? And they don't get along, and it's just like, so everyone's rural and weird, and like everyone's no. The tech bros came in, housing prices went through the roof. I know. That same thing happened in San Francisco and Berkeley. In fact, a lot of those tech bros came from Berkeley and San Francisco because they couldn't live there anymore. It was too expensive, so they moved to Oregon. I knew a lot of my friends from Berkeley moved to Portland. And it was because they're like, oh, it's just like California. Yeah, it's just like California, except it's colder and rainier. Why the fuck are you living up here? Well, it's cheaper. Okay. You lived in Bend. Bend's great, right? Bend, Oregon. I like Ashland, Oregon. I like Ashland a lot. It's close to California. I like Ashland a lot. But you're still in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Ashland's cute as fuck, though, right? They got the university there. I would live in Ashland. Ashland's cute. You're close enough to the water and the trees and everything. It's nice. Anyway, that's the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching Sky City, some Morning Sky. Thank you. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. I appreciate you being here. I went a little longer today than I normally do. Usually it's a 2-hour show. We're going to do the Afterglow right now. It's members only. If you're a Sky City Rebel, thank you. You know who it is. Again, this is the Morning Sky Show, the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Please like and subscribe and do all the things you're supposed to do. Leave a comment, hype the video, double tap the screen, and become a Sky City Rebel. I try to make channel members' time worth it. I try to make it worth it. I try to deliver. Thank you. We're trying to build a community based on dignity-based resistance. And I love you. Thank you, Sky City Rebels. And I'll see you on the... Wow, I get the after doodle-dee. Yeah, you get the after doodle-dee. You get the afterglow. Although today might be a short one. We've already been streaming for 3.5 hours nearly. So, thanks. Please switch over if you're a member. Go to the afterglow right now. Thank you, everybody. Illegitimate non-carborundum. Don't let the bastards grind you down because I need you. We need each other, and the animals need us most of all. It's Godspeed, rebels. Godspeed.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so friggin' much.